and then we'll continue at this moment from the actual.
So let's give them the intro again after our half hour of show already. Okay, here's our intro because we've been recording for the last half an hour and somebody forgot to hit the record button on the box.
So hopefully these have picked up in good enough audio at this point. But
so at this point, we're going to have about a 30-minute podcast because we've already been done for about 35 minutes. I can't believe you did that. All right, let's get our intro. Hit the intro.
And now it's time for Bikes, Mics, and Idiots with your hosts, Ubi and Eric.
Intro.
I know because I put us on that back
Oh,
channel.
the back channel.
So sorry about that, guys. Again, growing pains. Forgot to hit the button. Was so focused on the cameras that I forgot to hit the button on our board.
I kind of wondered why the button wasn't red, but I don't know the board.
Well,
so
now
we literally talked about
we're
earlier.
We're gonna sound like idiots too because when the crickets thing comes up,
Yeah, when we're like,
crickets. Nope. There you go, crickets. So when the crickets thing
so
comes
this is Thumper's brain on drugs. Luckily, he doesn't do drugs, so he
Sadly.
literally forgot to press the button. We've been doing this for half an hour.
Sadly, it's closer to this that goes on in my head on a regular basis.
There you go.
That's the thing that goes on in my head.
So yeah, this guy. So we should have audio and video from the other cameras that should pick it up
Sadly,
good
it's
enough.
not going to be great quality at the beginning of this one. Sadly, but we were on some good topics though. We really were because that like we were talking about right now before we redid the intro. That Cybertruck. Whoa! Jeez.
That guy's bike had a flame out the side. That's the turbo bike.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
my God, that was crazy. How does his bag not get on
That's what
fire?
I was thinking.
I thought
there. Oh, he's going again. Oh,
I bet you he's got an
something-
igniter. He's got an igniter
You
probably
think so?
for the exhaust gases.
Oh, dude, I hope
That's
so.
cool.
I hope so because if not, that's a
Either
big
that
problem.
or he's going to have a bad day.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, even if you have an igniter, you don't want it going off that far up, and you're going to be messing up the paint.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh,
That's the problem with the side dump exhaust like that. The 2-into-1s that go right in front of the bag. That's if you ever have a flame out.
But like, even if it's not even the flame out, just regardless, you're dumping all that stuff onto your bag and just messing up the paint.
Sport bikes on the dyno drag.
That's a good one to pick up.
Yeah.
God,
Well, yeah. So,
such an idiot.
things happen. So we've had a good night so far. So now that you've got the good audio,
Yeah,
we're laughing.
I gotta go get me gotta grab me another drink.
beverage.
Another beverage.
So yeah, just what you need at this point is another beverage.
Well, after that, I absolutely do because
You just put the empties on the ground. We'll deal with it later. Actually, no, because of the cables. Yeah.
no.
Well, yeah. So we've been doing the podcast for about 35 minutes or so, give or take, right?
Probably about 30-ish minutes. Yeah, probably about 30-ish minutes.
Oh yeah, it's 8:30 already.
Yeah.
So we started around 8:15.
Yeah, we didn't start too early, but
Well, that already reset. The camera already reset once, so.
Yeah, so no, we're a little over 30 minutes maybe.
But we'll go for a little while longer here so that you can actually have some good audio of everything that happened.
That's oh my God, I feel like such a. But okay,
well,
again, growing pains
and
idiots.
there we go.
This guy. Well, I mean,
both of us,
like
because I noticed it didn't say the record wasn't red, so I mean that's kind of on me as well.
Yeah,
So
you could have said something, but again, you're not.
The board isn't my technology.
Yeah, you're not that tech savvy.
Yeah,
You are tech savvy though. Because
I mean, my first computer was a Tandy.
what?
Yeah, exactly. It was a Radio Shack computer with a tape deck.
I never knew they came with tape
Oh
decks.
yes,
I mean, I've seen
a
a bunch of
literal
old
audio
computers.
tape deck. And that's how you played your Oregon Trail.
Oregon Trail was awesome.
I died from dysentery pretty much every time.
Oh no, I did a few times, but also I did right. Trying to forge the rivers. That would catch me every once in a while because I was just like, you know what? My favorite word, YOLO. You only live once.
You only die once. Yodo.
Yodo, yeah. But yeah, I would end up dying on that. I'd end up dying in the rivers a lot of times because I was just like,
You know,
It says
Yodo
strong.
sounds like Dodo, which is us on this podcast for not recording the first half an hour.
You know
Well,
what?
it is recorded. It's recorded on the
video.
alternative audio and video.
So
So
hopefully we
we'll
can
just
get
push it.
something
Well, what we'll do is we'll just play it with that audio and video, and then we'll
from the
just
beginning and
edit
then
it back in. We'll
drop
just
this back
cut
into
it in
it.
and drop it in with the second intro.
Gosh.
But yeah,
You know what,
no,
though?
it's
And you know what though? Like because on top of it, we're doing on location. We're doing on location stuff. It's a little more difficult, like because normally we're gonna have our setup.
yeah, we'll have
and
it all
it's
set
gonna be a
up.
lot easier, and I just hit my buttons and there we're good to go. But on location, we're having to reset the table. Obviously, you're gonna see because of the last one,
Yep.
you're gonna end up seeing the different locations that we're like having the table set up. So it kind of throws everything off, and
Yeah, well, and we were we had to find our little camp light to give us some light for tonight. So
yeah, 'cause
I
we
might
didn't
see
plan
if
to
we
do it
can
this
find a little LED strip for tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So we can do a little good,
Little
little
bit later
one,
one.
and then yeah,
Maybe
you
we
can-
just go find like a little LED light or a little mini spotlight that we can use for.
that wouldn't be the
tomorrow.
worst idea.
Well, we got
Yeah.
some stuff going on tomorrow. We got to pick some, do some. We got to cage it a little bit tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna have to
Got a
cage it.
couple of things. So
But you know what? The caging part's gonna be fun, anyways.
yeah.
And then we get to go pick up our special guest too.
Yes, we do. Yeah, I do.
it's
It's gonna be a good guest night. I'm on cigar number
I'm
2 here,
sure.
so
I'm sure
done
he.
for the night.
I'm sure he has some great stories for us.
Oh gosh, yeah, yeah. You'll see once he starts talking. So we're gonna leave you a little bit of mystery.
Some
He's an
mystery.
international man of mystery, but
I thought that was Tom. Oh no, wait, he's the most interesting
most
man in the
interesting
world.
man in the world. There's a difference. So, but yeah, so this is just we just keep moving along. People keep going by. I can't believe how many people have waved to us tonight
I know. It's
while we're
kinda
doing
crazy.
this. Like
And it-
everybody's, oh, you guys live? I mean,
Yeah.
we're the only two idiots sitting at a table with microphones and cameras and.
Although I'm pretty sure we can say we are the first and only that have done a podcast at Bike Week.
I don't know. Adam Sandoval's out here. He's maybe a podcast, yes, but I know we've got a whole bunch of people on Instagram that I follow that are
Oh yeah,
bike
but they'll
riders
probably
that
do
are out
just
here that are
live.
doing
They're
live
probably just doing
stuff
lives. They're probably not
and
doing
pictures.
a
But
podcast.
Adam Sandoval's one of them. Cool dude. Follow him on there on Instagram if you can find him. He's really cool.
I'll have to look him up. I don't.
Yeah,
The name does sound familiar though.
Yeah, he's a cool dude on there. Has always responded. You know,
really?
He goes to Tombstone. He goes to Tucson. So he goes to our neck of the woods a little bit out there in
Oh,
Arizona. So
Oh, I mean, we didn't actually discuss that part. Are we gonna disclose our home location, our hometown?
Tucson's a pretty big town.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah,
Well, you've already done it.
because they're
so-
going to see Tucson anyway on our cuts. Bingo.
Touche, that is true.
Yes.
Oh, hey, look.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey, look. We might have some guests
We
coming
got some
up.
guests coming on the podcast.
Hey, you guys wanna sit down, chat with us?
Oh yeah.
All right. Here you go. I'll
Come
turn
on.
this mic on, and you won't be on video.
you won't
though?
be on video. It'll
That's
just be the
always that
mic there in
part.
front of y'all. So
Yeah. So if you just want to grab that
there's a
mic,
second
here's
chair if you want to go grab the second chair from over there. And then we got
What
some
do you-
cigars for you tonight too.
Oh, yeah, we got the cigars. So if you want to grab that headset there and grab this mic, I'll turn it on for you. You can hear it, and let me know. Once you put on the headset, let me know if you can. Can you hear me through the headset?
Yep.
Okay, so sound good? Is it too loud or?
No, it's good.
All
Hey,
right,
let us
so
adjust you here. So
that's a good one. All right, let's put you up here, and if you guys want to hold on to the mic because it's probably not going to pick up that low, but if you want to hold on to it, but here's a couple buddies of ours that we were riding with today. Actually,
Heck yeah, good rides today.
I thought we lost you.
Well, you tried, I think.
We weren't trying to lose you. That was the thing. And you can actually ask. You can actually ask Eric.
he dropped back, so we slowed
dropped
way down in
way
the
back 'cause
HOV
I was-
lane, and we're like, "Where'd he go?" And he goes, "Where'd who go?" he's supposed to be taking care of you, and he let you go off into the breeze.
Well, what are friends for?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with friends like us, who needs enemies, right?
There you go.
We're looking forward to a relaxing couple hours with a cigar tonight. We were just talking about that.
Oh, we've
There
got
you
them.
go.
Of course, I'm smoking one here, and
I see
we got a
that.
whole. You saw them all sitting on the table over there.
No.
Yeah, they're two
No,
big
if you wanna-
bags.
if you wanna
There's
go
two big
grab-
bags
if
of
you wanna go
cigars.
grab
Going to
a
bring them
couple.
over and make a couple selections while we start them up now. Grab
And if you
yourselves a
wanna-
couple cigars.
The ice chest there's got drinks. If you want to grab something from in there, if you guys want to grab some.
Heck yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So
We've got our-
tell me a little bit about your podcast.
So we call it bikes, mics, and idiots, and we're the idiots.
Nice.
So we talk.
Yes.
We talk a lot about just bikes, cars, pretty much any topic that
anything
comes
and
up.
everything, really.
The only thing we don't talk about is our jobs.
Jobs.
We are
last
law
names,
enforcement.
family.
Everybody knows that. We've talked about that, but we don't get into the specifics of what we do. Everything's first name basis. We don't use last names. They know we live in Tucson, so I mean that's not a big deal. And we don't talk about our families too much, but it's more so to keep their privacy. Their
it's
privacy
more for the
kinda
family
safe.
than us. Like, we're not worried about ourselves, but we're more worried about the family. So
Yeah, it makes sense. Ah, very cool. How long you guys been doing this?
we just started it up.
This
actually.
is day number 2. So there's a
I'm with a couple
There's a
rookies. I love it.
yeah. Hey,
with rookies. Hey,
rookies are the way to go. In fact, we're so rookie. We've been doing this for a half an hour tonight,
Oh, okay.
and he
Forgot
forgot
to
to
hit
hit
the
the
button.
record button on the board.
on the board.
Luckily, the mics and the cameras were picking it up. But we were like, all of a sudden, we looked down at it. He goes, "Oh crap! I forgot to hit the button to record it." I'm like, oh man. But yeah,
that's
so you just
fantastic.
that punch, you just unscrew it, and then there's a punch in the inside of it. But yeah, so we've been talking about cars, bikes. We just saw one of the turbo bikes came through shooting flames out the side of the pipe,
So we're trying to figure out, did he have an igniter or
or was it a mistake?
was it a mistake?
Well, maybe if he's running some like race fuel,
Yeah.
and it's highly tuned where it's running lean,
Yep.
maybe he'll get a little maybe a little backfire type.
Oh no, it's flames.
But if
It
it's
was
flaming,
big
he's
flames.
definitely got an igniter for
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
we were
Big
we were
flames.
laughing because we were like, when he went by, I'm like, yeah, his bag's gonna catch fire. I mean, it was that much. It was a pretty good good pop
they
on the
were
side
they
of
were
it.
solid flames.
Yeah, I saw a Road King last night that had flames coming out the back of it. You know, it's kind of cool, kind of old school looking. Reminds you of like the 50s hot rods and things like that,
No, that's
right?
awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. I
Like
haven't seen any Indians.
The 57
though.
Chevys
There's
with
this
the
Challenger that keeps crossing through here all the time. That sandstone colored
Yeah.
Challenger that keeps growing through here. There's actually yesterday I saw quite a bit of Indians parked up there that were inside. So
Did you have any shooting flames, or is it just they just don't make enough power?
oh
I'm surrounded by Harley guys right now.
yes,
So I'm
and
kinda
we're
screwed on
our
this one.
manners just first name only. Just
Yeah, first name. Oh, by the way, you want to introduce yourself?
Oh yeah,
First
yeah.
name, just
I'm
first name.
John, and I'm sitting here with my buddy Eric as well, who we'll put on the mic here in a minute.
You can always chime in.
He lives in Tucson. I'm in Sierra Vista, about 50 miles south of Tucson. So we're like a 9-iron away from the border.
Yep.
So
Do you want to give kind of your profession? You don't have to say like exactly what you do, but like profession, like law enforcement, anything like that. Do you
We're
wanna-
in the car business,
Car
both of us.
business, there you go.
Yeah,
right.
we're in the car business. Been in it pretty much all our lives. His dad was in the car business on the mechanic side, and same with my dad. So we just kind of grew up around cars.
And I think actually one of you, I don't know if it was who did the new motor in my truck, but I know I got a new motor in that truck.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Is that?
That's the seized up AT4 that
Yeah.
came in.
Oh, we're at the Ford store,
Oh, you guys are at the
okay.
Ford
Yeah.
store. Okay.
So you're not down
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
and that's a Dodge.
Oh no, mine's a
No, no, no.
GMC.
Oh, this one right
Yeah.
here. Oh, I thought
Not
you were
the
talking
Dodge.
about the other one.
No, that's a Dodge.
That
we
is a
don't
Dodge.
we don't talk about Rams.
What happened? Is yours? Is yours?
6.2 liter.
It is.
Yeah.
So you had an injector stick or something, or did they tell you?
Engine
No,
seized up.
Engine seized up
completely
solid.
seized.
They said all 4 bearings were cooked,
Wow.
and oil was good. I mean, minus the giant chunks of metal in there, but
You have coverage? They get under
yes.
warranty?
Oh yeah, they covered me under warranty.
Oh, perfect.
Everybody took care of me. Great guys down there at Lolly. So if you ever get a chance to go down to Lolly, awesome automotive group. They're really good to work with. Great guys. Really took care of me.
Good.
Got
good
me,
to
you know,
hear.
got me set up, and I was down in Sierra Vista. I lived there for a few years, and then I went to New Mexico, and then moved out back to Tucson. So
Yeah, I've
I've been
worked
around
for
a
a
bit.
few auto groups, and Lolly's definitely a little more, tight, close knit, family style. I really enjoy that
Yep.
about it. He owns 6 rooftops, but it still feels like, you know, just his little mom and pop type business. So we dig it down there.
Honestly, that's the best way to run a business, really.
And I'll
Yeah.
tell
I
you,
mean, you
and
need to
you
have
guys, we did the ride. You weren't able to go to the ride down there for the sheriff's department ride.
Oh
that
yeah,
they do.
no, the-
And
I
amazing.
wasn't able to.
The support that you guys give the community down there is amazing, and it's like I said, the law enforcement community can't thank you guys enough
Yeah,
for
we
what you've done
enjoy
to
it,
us,
for
and
sure.
it's great.
And we have quite a few big events, you know, that Lolly puts on. You know, he's done really well for himself, and he's definitely proud to give back to the community. So we dig it. We dig it for
No,
sure.
That's awesome.
Good guy to work for.
But that's
And-
awesome.
And
like,
I'm not too far from retirement. I'm actually thinking about making that trek down there every day and just doing. I mean, I'll sweep floors at this point.
Right?
I've done enough of what
Well,
I've done
now-
enough of what I do that I'm happy to do
now that
whatever.
you're retiring, you need to be like a shuttle driver, right?
Trying to have-
something
trying to
something-
have less responsibility.
less responsibility. Just
Exactly.
enjoy it. BS with the customers.
No, but I mean that's a great mindset that he has, though. Like you were saying, small, like a small business, like a family type thing. But he is running a bigger business,
Yeah,
and
for
you
sure.
have to have that big business mindset. But if you can keep that small family type thing going, ooh,
I'm gonna have to fire
Sorry?
this thing.
That
This
was not-
stogie up for sure.
Okay. Well,
On
I'll
the-
pass the
on
mic
the
over to
tables.
Eric to get a
On the
little
tables.
background from him as well.
yeah.
But yeah, so we're just enjoying doing this and spending time with good guys and
Hey, and you know what? Actually, at this point, we could even make that first section its own with the bad audio, and then
Yeah.
this can be just its
oh,
own
different
a whole
secondary
separate
podcast.
secondary one. Because okay, so sorry, Eric, my bad. We
No,
went off on a little tangent there, but you want to introduce yourself a little bit? And
Yeah. My name's Eric. Same thing, just in the car business as well. My dad's been in the car business for, 30 plus years, so kind of followed his footsteps. Ironically, he told me not to do it, right?
Yeah,
when I was
of
younger.
course.
He's like, you don't want to do
Don't
it, don't
follow-
do it,
don't do what I do.
Yeah. And now look at me, right? I work right next to him, which is cool. He's my shop foreman, so he's actually kind of my boss, I guess.
But that's good.
But
now
don't
you're
tell him
spending
that.
some yeah.
Don't tell him that.
Yeah, exactly right.
Eric, if you hold the mic down lower, just because you can hear like the
popping.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
All
Okay.
right. Yeah. No, that's awesome though. Do you like?
I got a cutter.
You like?
You have a cutter? Or?
No, I just got my knife.
Let me go grab it. It's in
Oh, I
the,
got a knife. I can.
So, do you like working with your dad? Do you like working like basically below him right now? But I'm sure.
Yeah, well, it has its pros and cons, right? So when I first started, I didn't work with him. I worked at the dealership next to him, and so when I got a chance to work with him, it was pretty nice. And I remember one time he told me, he's like, nobody will ever teach you how I will teach you. Nobody will ever take the time to teach you like I will, and that was so true. So I had a mentor when I was at Hyundai Mazda, and he was very short with me, so on and so on. And then when I worked with my dad, it was it was like second to none.
Different.
It's like working at home. You know what I'm saying? It was awesome. So
You know how my dad taught me things?
hit you in the head with a flip flop.
The hand in the back of the head, just bam.
Yep.
Why are you doing it wrong?
Well,
Do
see,
it right.
and I work on stuff here and there. Like I am by no means a mechanic, but I do a lot of I'm going to figure it out on my own as I go along.
yeah.
And I've learned more by screwing up and having to go buy extra parts than I have from doing it right. But my father has absolutely zero mechanical talent. He would put, and he actually has done it, and I love him to death. He's a great man.
That's turbo.
Yeah, but he
That thing
actually
is that just like a transport?
I don't know.
'Cause I see them just going back and forth. Sorry,
Yeah, the three
sorry,
wheel.
shiny object syndrome. So I get distracted
That's
really
all right.
quickly,
Squirrel.
really easily.
Yeah. But yeah, so he literally had jump started a car with the positive on the negative and negative on the positive before and blew the main fuse. And I'm like, Dad, it's the main fuse. It's fine. We can go change it out right now. We'll go get it from Subaru. No big deal. And he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, red goes to red, black goes to black. And he's like, I thought it was the opposite. No, that's why it went pop. So I've been lucky enough to learn enough along the way. But you guys, I mean, it's great that you guys have gotten to learn. Like you said, learning from your dad, having him teach you the steps, and taking that time with you is really cool.
Yeah, it's second to none for sure. And he's super hard on me, like harder than the rest of the guys in the shop. So that's one of those
Okay, so-
cons, right? It's like,
But that's the thing. How do you take it? Because it's it's a good thing and a bad. It can be a good and a bad thing. It depends on really how you take it, because he doesn't want to treat you unfairly, or he doesn't want to treat you favored, but he's also not treating you unfairly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
What's
it's kind
You know what spot this is by any chance?
This is G4A,
Where's G4B?
of little distraction.
just on the other side of this trailer.
Okay.
Yep.
But so you take it as kind of, you understand that portion, or it's kind
Yeah.
of like you feel like,
you know, it's a
he's
catch-22, right? A part of me, you know, because I have a lot of pride and stuff like that, so like I always want to be right.
Yeah,
So
of
like
course.
when he
Of
tries to correct me, I'm like, oh, right. I get
Yeah.
a little frustrated, but at the end of the day, like I know he's doing the right thing, and he's teaching me the right thing. So,
Well, it's that alpha male thing.
and-
You know, alphas do alphas, and that's where I think we have such a good time with all y'all, because you're all alphas, we're alphas, and it's fun.
So, okay, going on that, this is just really random on the top of my head, but I think people don't understand what it really means to be an alpha male. I think people think alpha male means you're that guy, you're just that guy that's like always like trying to puff your chest and constantly like berating people, trying to get into fights. Like you're just constantly like, no, I'm better than you.
Yeah, no, I think the right way is as an alpha male, if you look at it the right way, it's somebody who knows when to lead, but somebody who also knows when to follow. So, and the same thing goes with leadership. True leaders have always been followers first. They know how to follow it in order to lead. That's the only way they can do it.
Yeah.
But there's those guys that think that alpha is just, hey, you got to be an a-hole as much as you can, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the other part. Sorry, we didn't tell you.
Sorry,
we try
we
not
cut
to
you
cut. We try not to cuss. We try not to cuss on there.
Oh
Just-
yeah.
But, But yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, this was just kind of off topic, but on topic. But I think people kind of have that misperception of what alpha male means. And I honestly think there's a lot of people that people would just look at and not think they were an alpha male. But they're truly an alpha male, because they're actually the ones that are going to step up. They're going to be the ones that are going to be there the whole time. They're going to be in charge.
Yeah.
In one aspect or another. Whether
Yeah.
it's a family leader, business leader, friend leader.
Yep.
Right? Just a leader. And if you have a bunch of leaders together, things work really well.
Yeah. No, there's that too, and that's the thing. If you're a true leader, you know how to let someone else take that lead.
Yep.
Right.
You know
You're
how to
smart
let
enough to know when you don't know.
Yes, that too.
So, like, I'm smart enough to know I don't know anything about this,
Except for that one button.
except for that one button that does the crickets. And that's usually what kicks on when he's thinking.
Except for I don't have those squirrel
Well,
thoughts.
thankfully we know what the record button is now too, right?
Well, yeah,
No, we've already been through that before.
I know for sure. I know for sure now at this point. So.
If you end up seeing the wrong,
Now,
color.
if it's not red, next time I know to tell him, hey, idiot, turn it on.
Okay, let's go into what other passions you got outside of work.
Man,
Obviously, you're here at Bike Week.
yeah, I love riding motorcycles. The weird part is that no one in my family really ever rode. My dad wanted to ride for a long time, but he never did. My brother rode for a little while. He had a Gixxer though, and then I was kind of the one that started the Harley thing. But Harleys, I'm a big 2A guy. I like shooting guns. I
There
like
you go.
guns, stuff like that. Range days, stuff like that. That's really what I'm into.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of those. Yeah.
Sports at all? Anything like that?
No, not really, which is ironic because my dad is. He's a big sports guy, but when I was younger, it's like he forced it down my throat, and I just didn't. I couldn't. I was forced to watch it, so I never got into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
I mean,
that's like me with, like, he loves country music. I can't stand it because my parents played it nonstop. So I was an alternative rock, classic rock guy. And
hey, but you've heard my playlist. It goes all over the place. It's like my brain.
yeah, you've got the Banda music all the way to.
Banda.
Dude, I got everything in there. I got a
That's
little
the
bit of
best.
everything. I got.
So we're out there playing golf and we're like getting ready to hit, and I hear. So I don't know if I'm supposed to start dancing, hit the ball, or run after him. I don't know. What.
I'll run after him. Jeez. Well, no, but yeah. So I mean, we're all over the place with it. What kind of music do you like?
Man, I'm also the same way. I like Mexican music, even though I don't understand it, which is ironic. Country, rock, all over the board, really. Yeah, I'm a big fan of R&B, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
So-
then you'd have a blast with my playlist.
I'm
when
sure
I have
it
just
sounds good.
I have just like it'll go
Taylor
literally.
Swift. Yeah, Taylor
Oh,
Swift,
it's-
Miley Cyrus. Those are
Hey,
top.
they have some bangers.
Yeah,
Hey,
well,
they
Party,
really
Party
do.
in the USA is a
That's
good song.
right.
I'm saying
That's
it's not
right.
bad. It's not bad.
No, they really do.
I know we're
No,
going to end up
just-
over at your guys' campsite here after this.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
definitely.
about it. So
Definitely.
Good deal.
So what did you guys think about today's ride? Did you guys have a good time?
Man, it was awesome.
Great time. Weather was great.
Yep.
Friends were great. You know, you can't beat that. Friends,
Yep.
riding, good weather.
Yep.
Absolutely.
and that's what we've been saying. Like all night long, people we don't even know are coming and saying hi and just
Well, we're all here for the same reasons, right? Everybody loves motorcycles, right? Everybody's
Yep.
here for the same reason. We're all here to have a good time, and that's the best of it, you know?
Yep. Well,
Absolutely.
and we've got great music coming from over there. We got great music coming from back there. Just we're surrounded by the sounds of engines and freedom and horsepower, and it just
And the smell of burning gasoline.
oh yeah,
Can't
it's
beat
fun.
that.
And cigars, so which are always a good
And
it's
cigars.
always a good addition.
And cigars.
No.
Those are the best.
Hey, you gotta tell them how you were a little behind me when we took off from the light.
That never happened.
No, you
Never
were
happened.
definitely behind me.
Never once. Never
And we
once.
talked yesterday about or this morning we talked about the ride last night about the 100% speed limit ride last night.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
That,
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single time.
Well, hey, I mean, when the speedometer stops at 65, that's fine. I mean, that's a good thing. We don't know what we're going past, at that point.
If you don't look down, right?
Yeah, if you don't look down, you can't tell what speed you're going. But no, we were
No,
talking
that was
about it.
good.
We were laughing
That was-
about our felonious speeds.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. We had a really good time last night with y'all, and
It was a good time. It
we're
was
glad
great.
we got invited along
Oh,
today.
it's-
And I know we caused you guys to be a little bit late, unfortunately,
No.
this morning when we left
Oh,
because
yeah.
our comms
Sorry about
issues.
that,
But,
yeah.
but it's all right.
No, I'm
things
not in a
happen,
rush. Nobody's in a rush here. We're just here to have a good time.
except for maybe Bob.
We're just, besides
Except for
Bob.
maybe Bob.
Yeah.
Bob seems like he needs to get
He's
to the
100
place that
miles
he
an
just
hour all
he
the
needs
time.
to
Oh,
be
yeah.
there.
A to B, Bob.
But then again,
Bob.
Yep.
Works,
But then again, he's
lives.
gotta-
That's
Yep.
how his whole
Yeah,
life
his whole life is
works
100%.
hard, plays hard.
The whole family for them is. It really is. They all do a great job.
Oh, I was gonna say, actually, we can get you a mic if you want.
You got a fourth mic?
I got a fourth mic. I got all four.
Yeah, grab it out. That way we can get all four.
All
on
right,
there.
so it's gonna be on you for a little bit.
Just got the headset.
Just no
headset
I
for
got,
him.
I got headset and everything too. But,
All right, perfect. So he's going to
it's
grab
be on
that, so
you.
we'll just
you're
continue.
you're gonna have to host for a little
I'm
bit.
going to have to host. Oh, great. That's going to be perfect. But I know you said you got some 2A stuff too, so we're all into that as well. I mean, it's fun. It's people who don't understand weapons don't get the joy of it, and that's kind of the crazy thing of it. Like, it's so fun to go out there and pling steel,
Oh, man.
but it's just fun.
It's a blast. It's a blast.
Now, you guys do any like skeet shooting, trap shootings, that kind of stuff too, or
No, I mean it's always for me. It's just been recreational with buddies. You'll go out there and throw the clays and all that stuff, but never in the spots.
big-
that-
the big-
yeah,
the
big
big
stuff.
places,
Yep,
yeah.
exactly. That's fun.
oh, great, don't do that.
No, I've always wanted to though. I've always been interested in the 3-gun competition stuff like that.
Yep.
I've always wanted to do that, but life.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like, to be competitive in those big 3 guns, it's cash.
Mhm.
Because those, I've got a buddy who shoots that, and unbelievable how much money he spent on his race gun.
Mhm.
And he reloads all of his rounds so that they're low recoil, and it just they get into it to like, oh yeah, if you're 5 grains off, it throws everything off. Like, it's crazy how into it they can get with it.
Right.
But it's cool. I mean, it's like we're like that with bikes and cars.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the thing. So on the car thing, what do you think your all-time favorite car is?
Oh man. I would have to say an Eleanor.
Yeah, there you
a
go.
Mustang Eleanor.
There you go.
I've always dreamed about one of those.
Yeah,
It was,
they're
that, it was
beautiful.
that movie that Gone in 60 Seconds that
Yep.
did it for me.
The original or the?
original?
Yep.
Yeah, with Nicolas Cage and all that, right?
Oh no, there was an original beyond that.
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen
Yeah,
that
there's
one.
a prior one. It was like early 70s.
Oh,
Which was Gone in 60 Seconds. Early
so
70s.
That is actually a 67 GT500.
No. I'm saying the original movie.
Oh, the original movie.
The original
it's
movie's
a different
old. It's really old, but anyway, it doesn't matter.
yeah. I guess I maybe
They're
not.
cool.
I guess I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that fastbacks. They look good. They look good.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorites.
I love how we're all looking at him unwinding a cable.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. We're all like, ooh, wow, look at the way he unwound that cable. Shiny.
So it's gonna take me a second to get you actually mic'd up and everything because I gotta readjust the board here. But
Okay, everybody stare at him while he's looking at the board.
so it'll be like when I put in Jim Senna headset.
Yeah.
And now you can actually hear me
Oh, there
correctly.
we go.
But yeah, it'll be like when I put in Jim Senna headset.
He's on 4. I'm going to
he's
start
on
giving
4.
you volume. Let me know when it's good.
He won't hear it. Oh, he might
won't?
actually.
Yeah, you can hear
You
the.
can, okay.
Is that loud, too quiet? Good. Okay, perfect. So he's got his headset set up now too. So now we got all 4 of us on here. So
Now you can tell the real story. Who won that race?
Is my mic working yet?
Not
Nope,
yet.
not yet.
Your
He's
mic,
working on it.
working on it in a second. Oh, wait. And we're back.
Perfect.
So it just took a second. Just had
Give him
to
some mic power.
get you up there. Get you a little bit of volume.
Want to give us a real quick test? No, I can't hear him yet. Is he muted or? Let's give that a shot.
You know what? It might not be connected fully in the back right there.
Yeah, it's not pulling any sound yet. So. Nope, still not on. Oh yeah, let's go. There you go. You're getting some. Oh, that's 3-4. No. Oh, there we go. I'm hearing something. There he goes. Now he's on.
Am I in? Oh, I hear.
Yeah, you.
Now you're in.
All right, we got to force them.
There. Oh, there we go. We
We
tried to get him taking care of that today at the club. Didn't quite work out. Oh, here they go.
Oh no. Yeah, we're up here at Bike Week with all these big, expensive Harleys and Indians, and they're riding around on these little Honda Rascals or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Ruckus. There you go. I call them the Rascals.
Oh, it's funny. Well, hey, I mean, they're probably faster than the Indian. I'm just saying.
Oh,
Well,
by
for
far.
sure, on the
by
start.
far.
Only when it's on its side. And that's
Pretty much all the time.
Anyways,
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
look this
Yeah.
way.
Wait, let's not talk about being on the side, huh? Huh?
yeah, I had a boo-boo yesterday or the day before.
Slow speeder.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
yeah. You know, kind of bailed off the bike running. So, but anyways, no harm, no foul, so that's all good. Nobody hurt.
That's funny. I back when I was ATVing a lot, I had a CT 370 Banshee, and I went out and I was doing it for about a week and a half. Came home, jumped on the bike, took it to the gas station, filled it up, rode the motorcycle back to the house, stepped off the bike and walked in the front door. Never put a kickstand down. Totally forgot that I had to do that. Yeah, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. Cracked the fairing. I'm like, oh, that's my fault. I'm an idiot.
Did you break your leg though?
No, I did not, because I knew. Well, no, because I was 3 steps away from the bike before it fell over. It was so well balanced. I
So
did
when it
such a good
fell, you
job.
didn't break your leg. That's
No,
good.
no, I decided not to put my leg underneath it.
Oh. Little inside jokes.
What do you got?
Hey, that got disconnected. It sure did. We lost a little bit of video. Got disconnected. The camera stopped working a while
Oh,
back.
we're good.
But it's fine. We still got that one. So
We're still good.
now it's
Technical difficulties. That's what happens.
It's the
Good thing
beauty
we
of
have
it.
somebody that knows about this stuff, because looking at you and looking at me, it's not us.
Hey, but I did fix the Harley today
You
with
did.
the electrical problem.
Yeah,
I mean,
both.
I literally, yeah, I mean, all I did was literally change some fuses, but hey, I
Hey.
tracked it down.
Fixed is fixed.
You did.
That's right.
I did something that was right, and that doesn't happen very often.
Sometimes you have some great ideas.
Oh, my ideas are stellar. The execution is terrible.
I mean, come on. Everybody does that, though.
It always starts with a good idea. It usually ends up, hopefully well. If not, it's a good memory.
That sounds like a great idea. That ramp right there.
Well, we all remember kids, right?
Clear it.
When we had our BMXs and whatever, building ramps, jumping our buddies. Hey, lay down here.
To be
I can
honest,
clear
though,
you.
short of the guys who do it professionally now, a lot of kids don't even do that anymore.
I know it's
Yeah.
Like, it's
different
sad.
generations.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of the, you know, the ability that the things that we did. We're the last generation to really spend time outside.
I'm pretty sure I can remember being around 10 years old and my mom saying go outside and play, and me not seeing her again for 6 months.
She never get back with the milk?
Yeah, she's like, go outside and don't come home, right? So it was, our parents just made us go out,
Yep.
get off the couch,
Yep.
go outside, get
And
your
you came
chores
back and it
done.
looked like Lord of the Flies.
Right,
You're all face muddied up, and
right.
but it was fun. We learned a lot doing that, though. You learned some survival, and
Good life lessons.
yes,
I guarantee you, there's going to be things that on a regular basis that you just randomly do. And you're like, I remember when I did that when I was a kid.
and that was dumb.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I've got 3 boys, and so bless my wife's heart, she's had a lot of male testosterone in the house, but all 3 boys are grown now. But I can definitely remember walking out front because it's far too quiet outside, and me seeing this rickety brick and wooden jump to clear the neighbor's car, and I just stopping it just in time before, for sure, an
They go
ER
through the back
visit.
window.
Right? Yeah. I'm like, no, boys, that's what I did, and I know better now.
Yep. I took a rototiller engine one time, hooked some cogs to it, and made a little go-kart on a metal ironing board. And needless to say, I don't know how I did not die. I reinforced it with wood and sheet metal screws
Where
through
did
it.
you attach the wheels?
I just put a center line of wood down the center of the thing and put an axle through the. It was the dumbest thing ever. Like, mechanically not sound, but it worked for a short period of time until I realized I forgot to do steering. I thought I could steer it by leaning left and right. No, it was not like a skateboard at all.
What was the term you said? Mechanically not sound?
It was mechanically not sound.
That brain right there?
Not mechanically sound.
I can remember jumping a 10-speed, and looking at me now, you can probably imagine I always wasn't a very little guy. So jumping a 10-speed and getting a good 6-8 feet of air coming down, those wheels don't stay round no more, right?
No, they'll taco up pretty
They
good.
taco pretty quick.
Oh, the ruckuses are making the rounds.
Oh no!
Oh, they're
Oh,
back.
here we
Is that
go.
Bobalicious?
Oh, that's a
They're-
spotlight
they're
right there.
Oh, Oh no, it's
We've got the
doubles.
whole crew here for the podcast. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
No,
Well,
That
we,
never
no,
happened.
what we said is we said how you're faster than an Indian with those ruckuses.
Just because I'm the only one. I'm outnumbered. 100 to 1.
Outpowered.
1,000 to 1, probably.
Yeah. Oh my God, those things are funny.
They are so much fun. We jump on them when everybody's asleep, and we are like,
We've been kicked out of the venue a few times with those things.
We've been kicked out of any place that you can kick somebody out of on those things.
So I've got a great idea for a game on the ruckuses.
I like where this is
An
going.
upside down
Last one
solo
to
cup.
jail.
An upside down solo cup with a ping pong ball on the top, and you have to joust it off with the end of a broom handle.
I'm in.
Uh,
We're doing it.
What are we doing? Let's do this right now.
When are we doing this?
I'm in.
About to do this. That's all I want to know.
After they go to bed.
Let's flag them down.
Like, could you imagine how fun that would be to be jousting that? And I know I can see what's going to happen. Somebody's going to stick it in too steep, and it's going to launch them off the back of the ruckus.
It's going in
That's the
somebody's
beauty of it.
spoke.
But the coolest part about it is we won't be going that fast.
Well, that's true. It'll be like riding an Indian. You set yourself. If you serve me the ball, I'm going to hit it out of the court.
In case you don't know, Indian is not a sponsorship of this podcast.
No,
Absolutely not.
not yet.
Not
Now,
yet.
the decisions will change if all of a sudden, see me riding an Indian, you know something happened. No, performance-wise, they're not a bad bike out of the box, though. They really aren't. It's just not a
Harley.
Harley.
Let you guys take it out for a spin if you want.
So
Not right now, but
I got to tell you, I've had a bike or two in the last 3 years, and
3 months.
and I had a couple victories. And let me just tell you that
victories are awesome.
I was really impressed. You know, the problem is like the aftermarket support, the
Dealership network.
like if you want a set of mirrors for your Victory or Indian, you know, you might have 30 options, but if you want mirrors for your Harley, there's thousands of options. So just the aftermarket support, the forums, if you're having an issue to try to repair it yourself, things like that.
Sounds like racism.
Well, I mean, it's crazy, though, because, like, you can call a Harley dealer, say, hey, my bike's doing this, this, and this, and they're going to say it's probably this or this.
Right.
They'll know because
There's just so many on the road.
there's so many on the road.
Yeah.
There's
And they
so many
all have
dealers.
that, and they all tend to have problems,
But
like blown piston ring.
Yeah.
oil leaks.
Yeah,
I mean,
oil
you
leaks.
name it. They got issues with their
Yep.
oil pumps.
Yep.
You know, they
Yeah, the
went
new
through,
M8 had the oil something issue.
They went
and-
through like 4 different changes on the oil pumps. There is no doubt, no doubt that Indian is a better bike. It's a better bike.
Well, we were just
It
having
really
that
is.
conversation too, huh?
Yeah.
And I was
But
saying the same thing. That
It's not a Harley.
No,
So
but
at
that-
the end of the day, it's not a Harley, right? And I had a really nice fit, 23-inch front wheel, all custom paint,
106 motor.
106 that had
Yep.
Lloyd's cams, all the stuff,
yeah.
right?
And Lloyd's does great stuff
Great
for the
work.
Indian and Victory.
But at the end of the day, it wasn't a Harley.
Yeah.
You know, so
And I was going back and forth. When I bought my Harley, I was going back and forth. I had come here to Bike Week, test driven the Challenger, test drove the Harley, and the Challenger, I was like,
it's amazing.
sport mode, traction control off. I'm spinning the back wheel on the demo ride. Because they were like, oh, just go take it out and just bring it back. Here's the loop you should take. They didn't do the guided ride. And I'm like, it's probably a good thing they didn't. But we were just, back tires burnt. And it was amazing. Like, it really had a good power, had a good feel. But then I rode the Road Glide and I was like, ooh, that feels good. And my buddy had a
But it revs
Roadmaster.
out.
Oh,
The
yeah.
way it revs out is
They
different
rev-
too.
Oh yeah, they're totally different bikes. How they get their power is totally different, I think.
Oh yeah.
But
Like you were saying, Eric earlier, second Eric.
E2.
Well, I mean,
E2.
you can't- Yeah, E2. We were talking about it earlier. And what did you do to your bike to get it right around just barely more power than what mine is doing stock?
I think just an intake. nothing much.
Yeah, right.
Just
Yeah,
different spark plugs. That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, just a different-
Yeah,
Put
just
a
a
sticker
sticker.
on the side.
Catted it. No, actually, I just cammed it. Did a stage 2. Did a cam. Yeah, it's probably
Tuned
somewhere
it.
around. Yeah, tune and all that
Tuned,
stuff. It's got
and-
slip-ons.
But that's you're talking. How much extra money did you end up putting in?
Well, if I took it to the dealer, it probably would have been like $2,500, $3,000 or so, somewhere in that area.
But even then, like you're still putting in a decent amount of extra money
Oh,
on
yeah.
top of what you've
Absolutely.
already invested.
For sure.
Like,
For sure.
and then this comes stock at that horsepower.
Yeah.
Although we have talked about it, you've ridden my Challenger, where we kind of had this running joke about it, where my bike was a Wednesday bike
Yeah.
because it might have a little extra in it.
Yeah, because and he bought it used, so who knows what else is in there.
There's a possibility it could be a
And-
tune, but I doubt it because they would have reflashed it this last time I just took it in.
Well, yeah, because they had to.
So
Because wasn't your screen shutting off?
wasn't shutting off. I was getting lines through the screen. It's a little problem that they've had with
tip 'em
the
over?
ferry. There's that too, but
Loose
we're not
connections
talking-
from
we're
falling
not-
on its left side every day.
we're not talking about that portion.
No.
No, but there's an issue like with the interfering where the shake of it, it's that perfect vibration in the connector kind of up. So it makes the screen kind of not flicker. Remember the old TV?
We need
We're
a
gonna have
beep
to beep
button
you
for him.
for
We
your
need a beep
F-bomb.
button
I
for
might
him.
have said it. I may have said it.
One
But,
podcast ain't too bad.
But so remember the old tube TVs,
Oh,
and you'd
yeah.
see the lines that like
Oh, yeah.
roll
Oh,
up the
yeah.
screen. So it does that at like
That was like late night Spice Channel when your parents went to bed.
no, that was totally different. That was totally different. You were like,
Trying to figure that out.
I think I saw
So,
something right there. I think
yeah.
I might have seen.
Yep.
No, but
That's
like
funny.
that, I have that problem. I think, and it's the connector. It's a known problem that, like the connector, just because of the certain vibration, it's like that perfect vibration, so it does that. So they're replacing the whole ride command and all that stuff.
You know, Eric and I were talking about, Polaris, Indian, Harley, and just a bunch of things that Indian has done made better. You know, something that's already out, they made it better. Like one example is being a little bit bigger gentleman. Extending your floorboards on a Harley
my
is
gosh.
everything.
Yes.
And my Victory came stock with 3 different adjustments.
Yep. And mine,
Oh, yeah, we were
I
talking about
haven't
that
changed mine yet, and it's
Oh.
one of the.
It makes the biggest difference for us
Yep.
bigger boys. Putting your floorboards forward and out a little bit
Yep.
is everything
And,
on the bike.
and if he had my floorboards with his size 4 shoe, he would be perfect.
He'd be perfect, right?
You know, he's got
I
those
wear,
Oompa
I wear a
Loompa feet.
size 12.
Actually, your feet are bigger than mine.
Damn it.
Well, the good thing is I'm bigger everywhere else that it counts.
You know, the other
Your
thing
tongue?
is,
Yes. It can't touch my nose.
Thumbs are bigger.
No, tongue.
yeah, his tongue.
Look at this. It'll
You gotta
touch
see
my
this,
nose.
look
Ready?
at-
Oh my.
Oh no, just go out.
She's lucky.
Yes,
She's
he
lucky.
is.
Yeah, I didn't get her with my good looks. I can tell you that because that did not happen.
I mean, you were a lot better looking back then, though.
Yeah, I was actually jacked and pretty fit back then, and then I got married and got fed food, and
Oh, it's the best, though.
yeah, it is.
You know, it's the best.
It is. It is.
So
You got
another thing is, it's like Harley, you go change your fluids. You know, there's 3 different holes. Where in my Vic, it was a single hole service, right? I mean, it's like it just made all the sense in the world.
Yep.
So they just took what other manufacturers have done for a long time and just made it better.
Yep.
Where it seems like Harley knows that there's some issues and they don't care.
Yeah.
They just leave it alone, right?
Yep.
Oh, they'll change it, fix it, whatever after you buy the bike, but
Yeah.
their bikes ain't cheap.
No, well, I mean
Well,
it's
but
like
a
Harleys.
big problem
and,
with that,
and
too.
Harleys are like Jeeps in my mind. You buy a Jeep, and
Yeah,
after you spend $30,000 on it, it's perfect.
that's right.
Yeah,
You know, and that's and
that's the truth.
But
my
the thing-
wife's Jeep is the same thing.
Yep.
She's done so much work to that thing, and it's beautiful. It's fun. It's awesome. It's great off road. But I've done a lot of work on that thing to get to that point.
But the big thing with the Harley, what it's been is that they haven't really had good competition for a long time.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
you had Indian on and off, you had
Yeah.
Victory for a little bit,
Yep.
and they started to push it a little bit. And now that you got Indian really taking some of that that market from them. Now they're starting to do a lot more.
Well, yeah, look at the 24s with the TFT screen.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
the CVOs
like
coming with the
valve
the variable valve timing.
Oh, the 121.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
like, they're Indian forced Harley to wake up their game. I think. I really think they did.
Absolutely, because the Pan America. Look at the
Oh,
Pan
the
America.
Pan America's
That is
that motor
gorgeous.
is
That is
unbelievable.
awesome.
A buddy of ours has one. 150 horse stock out of the bottle. Liquid cooled. I mean, so not a true Harley air cooled motor, but now even the new ones are coming with twin cooling. So you've got the air and oil coolers on the new, or air oil and liquid cooling. So
my dad's
But it's only the heads, right?
yeah, just I think
the heads
are
are liquid cooled. The block is still
oil cooled. Yeah.
right? But the other thing is it's hard to replace that Harley sound.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you have a big lope.
Yep.
And the Harley, like the new M8s out of the box, they sound like a jet bike.
Yep.
But you're not thinking about the Thunderstroke too. So the Chieftain still has the Thunderstroke, and that
116.
has that sound, and it does
I'd
sound
say it's
great.
close. It does sound good. It's close, but I've heard some Cam 116s, and they sound great. But it's still nothing sounds like a shovel head.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Oh, well,
right?
now we're
No, you're right.
now
so
we're
what I'm
throwing
saying is
old bikes into it
yeah,
too.
but it's hard. Right?
But they've still even my M8, it doesn't sound like those old bikes, but the slip-ons on it, it's a throatier, deeper sound. Like when he pulls up, I'm just waiting for somebody to finish sewing the patches on whatever you put them on
Little
because
sewing machine.
yeah, I mean it sounds like a sewing machine.
And still need to get those Reinhardts. They still need to get those Reinhardts.
Yeah.
So the problem is that because it is the smaller brand, it's harder to get parts for it. So
For sure.
and then I'm not going to put.
And they're
I can get-
expensive.
Well, no, it's
They
comparable.
were for my Vic.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, for the Vic, especially like once
Super
Victory went
expensive.
under, once they discontinued Victory, the prices on all their parts just skyrocketed, and that was the only problem.
Well, you don't have any competition, right?
Yeah.
So, how many companies make exhaust for Harley?
30, 40
Everybody.
at least. I mean everybody. I probably couldn't count them.
I'd say it's hundreds.
Yeah,
Because we're
and
not
it's- yeah.
talking about the
The big,
custom. We're
yeah.
just talking about the big guys, Reinhardt, Vance and Hines, right? But then there's all the custom makers out there. So, when you have that competition, it drives the price to a more economical, right?
Well,
yeah,
and you're
you're right.
making more of them. So
Right.
it comes down to straight economics on that supply demand.
Yeah, no,
Well,
you're right.
we have 8 manufacturers making exhaust. I don't know what it is for Indian, but let's just say it's 8 or 10. It's not that much competition. They can kind of set their pricing, right?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
I had a Suzuki Boulevard C109R before I had this, and one company or I want to say 2 or 3 companies I could actually find an exhaust for. $1,500, $2,000 for every exhaust. Every single
Does that sound familiar, Eric? Eric just bought some Trask trumpets, and let me tell you, they are nice on a Softail, right?
Yep.
You guys saw a Softail, I think, right?
Yep.
Beautiful
Oh, yeah,
bike.
it's gorgeous.
And
is.
his he bought the, are they called the trumpets?
They're the no, they're not the trumpets.
They look just like the trumpets. The Trask pipes that come up,
They
right?
angle up out the back of the bike.
Yeah.
They're pretty. They're pretty.
They are, but they're all the money, right?
Yeah.
Anything Trask, right? You
Well,
know,
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I'm not dogging Trask. Trask makes the best of the best stuff.
Yep.
But you pay for what you get, and I think your exhaust was close to $2,000.
Yeah, it was 1,800.
Yeah, you got a special deal.
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
they had a deal going on. Yeah, so I ended up buying them, but they were still like 1,500. Yeah, they're still a lot of money.
Mine were for a Suzuki.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah,
let's
right.
be honest. I mean, that's
that's
not a big
crazy.
and it wasn't a big run
Not a
bike
big
either. I
market.
mean, the C109Rs were only around for 3 or 4 years. The M109s are still around, but of course the exhausts don't work between
Kind
the
of
two.
a neat bike. I
Yeah, it
see
was-
those and I look at them. I go, man, that's kind of a neat bike.
Yep, I had like that I'm gonna call it purple because that's the damn closest color you can get. It was that.
Did you say blurple?
It was totally purple. It was magenta, is what it said on the on my
Look what's
registration.
coming up. Look what's coming up.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's that's Bob's
Yep,
C8.
the
van.
C8.
Let's see it. It's gorgeous. That thing is
Nasty.
gorgeous.
We got to hear some revs. We got to hear some revs off of that thing. Oh,
yeah.
you guys can hear that. I'm going to turn the mic over here.
Turn
Get
the
some
mic.
more revs.
Let me
Let's hear some.
Yeah.
Ah, there you
That's
go.
American muscle right there,
Yes,
guys.
it is. That's amazing stuff
That's
right there.
America.
That's the C8R. It's gorgeous.
I'm not gonna lie. The fact that it's mid-engine now. There you go.
There's his son. That's awesome.
The fact that it's mid-engine now is awesome.
They did some good stuff with that.
He's definitely transport. He's got to be.
What's that?
Motorcycle Uber.
Oh, there
I
you go.
like Uber. There you go.
Motorcycle Uber.
Motorcycle Uber.
Motorcycle Uber.
That thing's
Gotta
neat.
love
What is that thing?
I'm not sure.
It's
think
some
it-
custom built.
So I think it might be one of
That's
those
slick.
Challengers. So I went inside yesterday, and they got this company called Challenger, and it's essentially like Boss Hoss.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
they make V8 bikes,
Yeah,
and
V8
that one's
bikes.
turboed. That thing's turboed. But they make custom, and they got trikes, and they got like big Boss Hosses,
That's
essentially. So I think that's what that is.
It's perfect. Thank you.
But no, I love the fact that the C8 now is mid-engine. You got mid-engine, so now they're competing in a totally different market.
That's a
with
whole
that.
different market.
Oh, but
Now you're really going to get supercars.
oh yeah, absolutely. But the only bad part is, you know that price just went sky high. That first year they gave you that 7, or was it 70?
I believe it's 74. Yeah, it's 74.
So then now they're just up there. You can't get one for that price anymore.
No, you haven't been able to for a while. Yeah.
So that's the only bad part about it.
They're
is that
beautiful
you're-
though.
Oh yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yeah,
It's a gorgeous
until
bike.
you and I have to get out of it.
Oh yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
Do we shoehorn you in,
I don't even know
or
if you can get in it.
I don't think I could get in that thing.
Yeah,
That
My
thing's
knees
tight.
don't bend that far.
it's like a cockpit for like a size 26 waist.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I might be 26 inches across.
again with the damn T?
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
Say
here we
across.
go.
Across,
Say across.
Across?
I say across.
across.
Yeah, I put a T on
Where
there.
the hell?
Oh, okay, that's cool. It's inventive.
Yeah.
It's like a Midwest thing.
Well,
But you're not
I've
even
never been
Midwest.
to- I'm upstate New
Well,
York.
we could try
exactly.
it. We could start saying words and just throwing an extra letter at the end.
Yeah.
Just start
And
throwing
see what
extra
happens.
letters.
Yeah.
Right?
See if it sticks.
Card.
Like bathroom.
Bathroom Chieftainy. Challengery.
So that's the thing, is like I've noticed that, and it's usually Midwest people, but also like New Yorkish, right, kind of in that area.
Well, up in the Adirondacks, we played a lot of hockey up in Canada. Eh? So I mean,
Is it a Canada thing then?
Well, Canada say A after.
yeah. No,
that's
I
our
played.
thing.
I played tons of hockey up in Canada when I was growing up. So I played college hockey when I was, in college. That's what college hockey is. But
You went to college?
you wouldn't think so.
You wouldn't think so, but it was across.
It was a cross.
Across.
I had to walk across the way.
Across, yeah, right. He does say across.
Yeah, I do. I have, and I don't even realize I do it. That's the thing. Is
But that's why I've noticed it a lot with people, and I'm like, did you just say across? Was there a T in there? There's no T in the word.
But I can tell you, if I came across an idiot, I would say across.
Across.
So I don't know why.
What the hell?
I'm weird. It's probably the head injury from the
There are
motorcycle
some
wreck.
words out there though. Like I think my wife, if you ask her like to say Pacific Ocean, she says Pacific Ocean.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Okay,
You know,
yeah.
so
you
there's some
say certain
words out
things.
there that will do that.
So do either one of you say some weird words?
Not that I can say on air.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that has always kind of been a thing for me, is like people saying these weird words. Or,
Wait, what's that word you came up with?
Conversate.
Conversate.
It's a thing.
Hey,
people
want to come
say.
over and conversate with us? He says.
So I believe conversate is a word.
Look it up.
It is.
I-
It
My
is a
phone's
word.
recording, so you're gonna have to look it up. You're gonna be our
I'm gonna
look
be
up
the
person.
Googler.
You're gonna be our Googler.
Your fact checker.
Yeah, there you go, our fact checker. You're gonna be our Jamie, like from Joe Rogan's podcast. You're gonna be our Jamie. But I say conversate, and I think it kind of
You might be
people
right.
understand. People understand what it is.
Besides
It's
Eric.
it's
Besides
technically
me.
so it's converse. Converse is like the
Well, that's-
proper.
Well, wouldn't converse the action of conversate?
We were conversing.
Huh.
Now we're getting real deep into this. We don't go this deep into thoughts. No,
Okay.
but I mean, really though, like that's something I say. I've always said it since I was younger. I like conversate because it's different.
What's Eric finding over there?
He's looking up
My
conversate.
internet's not connecting, of course.
He's looking up conversate to see because he wants to prove me wrong.
Oh,
He
well,
wants to
my
say
phone
it's
don't
not
work
work.
out here very well either.
No,
Do you have Verizon?
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it's the,
So
think
I got
just
in
so many
trouble this
people.
morning because apparently
good
last
one.
night I stayed at some residential house because the GPS was off. So this morning I get a phone call from my wife and she's like, "Oh, you had fun last night, huh?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Whose house are you at?" I'm like, "Honey, I'm in the RV." And she goes, "Really?" She goes, "Well, your phone says your location on your phone says you're in a house." I'm like, so I switched it over to whatever FaceTime and walked out. I was like, "No, I'm actually in the RV." She goes, "That's funny because literally it's showing you in a house right now." I'm like, "Well, I
You know
can tell
what
you
it
right now
is?
about it now."
It's you bad mouthing Siri, and she's getting you back.
Yeah, she's mad at me.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
RS.
So did you get conversate finally?
I'm searching now. It is searching.
It is searching. Okay, we're on some downtime. Ooh, is that a Wagoneer?
So
Grand
what's your
Wagoneer.
guys'
Grand
plan
Wagoneer.
for
Grand
tomorrow?
Wagoneer.
What do you guys got on the agenda?
We're picking up our international founder from the airport. So we're picking up a guy from the airport. My wife's coming in. She'll be here between 11 and noon. So, and then for that the afternoon, I'm not sure what we're doing yet. So,
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not real sure what we're doing either.
oh,
Yeah, I asked Bob and he was like, "Yeah, it's Friday. We don't have nothing planned." So
Probably
So
maybe
whatever you
do a
guys are
Cave
into.
Creek run or something.
yeah, I know Saturday we're
Saturday
planning on
we're doing
Cave
Cave
Peak for
Creek.
us. We're going to go
Okay.
to Cave Peak Saturday, but I
But
don't know, maybe we do Friday afternoon.
I mean, we could. Well,
We'll
I mean,
figure it out.
yeah, we'll figure something out.
So, ready?
all right, let's see.
I was incorrect.
There you go.
Conversate is to engage in a conversation. So it says sometimes it's nice to be able to sit and conversate. So I was actually incorrect. It's probably because I say across.
It's probably because you say across. You might be
Well,
right.
you went to college.
Yeah, that's,
so
that's
that-
also true.
So
That's
I
the problem.
wasted
I mean,
that
I didn't go to
entire.
Did you wait? I went to college also, but did you get a degree?
Yes,
Oh, okay. So
I have
see,
a,
that,
I
that's where
have
the problem
a degree in social, it's not socialism, in
Social engineering?
sociology with dual concentrations in criminology and criminal justice,
is.
and I
look,
graduated with a 3.65
the idiot's
So,
educated.
and worked 40 hours a week.
Were you at
Right.
one time hoping to go into like the Federal Bureau or yeah, why would you take sociology? That's kind of like a CIA, FBI type requirement.
That was
right?
originally what I was going to do, and I actually have a cousin who was in the FBI, and she was one of the instructors at the FBI Academy.
Oh, okay.
And she talked to me about it and said, you know, that's probably not going to be for you because you will probably be sitting in an office searching computer stuff,
Ugh.
because that was the big thing. And she's like, it's going to be computer stuff you don't want to see with children. And she said
Ah.
that's what a lot of the new guys have to do. And she goes, it's going to eat you alive, so don't do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was
That's
like, you know
tough.
what? I think that's not for me.
You
So,
know,
good call.
I personally, for a longest time, wanted to be a U.S. Marshal.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was something I was striving to go for until I found out I'd just be sitting on a plane. Hello, Bob.
What's up, Bob?
What did he say?
Oh, yeah, he needs his fake ID back.
Oh yeah, I got it in my pocket.
Give him his fake ID back.
Stand by.
That's funny. So, yeah, so since he's off, I'm going to start giving him crap now. He forgot to bring his wallet today. Because did you even see if you have your wallet yet?
I have not yet.
He has not yet. So we don't know if he lost it on the bike.
He was waiting for Vera.
So we don't know if he lost it on the bike or if he actually forgot it here. So we're still trying to figure it out.
We'll find out right now in a minute when I go in the trailer. But
I was waiting for him to gun it.
yeah, I was waiting for it too. I was waiting for the sound.
But
Conversate,
nope, conversation
Word.
is actually a word. Across, not so much.
Not a word.
not so much.
Nope.
Ooh, there we go.
So we were thinking about doing kind of an easy ride tomorrow. Maybe to a couple local Harley shops. They got a lot of things going on at them, like at Scottsdale Harley.
Oh yeah.
And Bubba, is it called Bubba?
Yeah,
That's the big one, right?
Yeah.
That's
Bubba Gum
that's the
Shrimp
big
Company.
Harley right there, the big Harley dealership.
Yeah,
The
Scottsdale
one you were
Harley.
saying is the biggest
It's
one.
the biggest one in the U.S. right now. Is it
I
still?
believe.
I thought the one in Florida.
I thought the one in Florida was for which our new owner owns, which is kind of cool. Our new owner that bought our dealership group has Harley stores, so
Yep.
that's awesome.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
So,
he's into bikes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking with Bob a little bit today on that, and he was talking
but
about it.
his is like a block long.
Oh
That
wow.
Harley
Oh,
store.
yeah.
It's got escalators and all kinds of stuff in it. It's huge.
Yeah, the one here I know has a theater. It has a tattoo shop, a barber shop.
barber shop. Yeah.
Tattoo shop?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You should go in there and ask for an Indian tattoo. I bet you that won't go
I'm
over
sure
well.
I'm sure that'll go
Might
over
be
very well.
free.
Except I already got one, so
Oh, okay. That's good.
but it doesn't actually say Indian.
But
So
we've gone to them a couple years in a row, and they always have things going on, live bands,
Yep.
the washing of the
cool.
bikes, the
Yep.
demos, all that stuff going on at them. So we might cruise over and check out one
Well,
of those.
that's actually where I purchased my Harley from one of the salesmen over there.
Oh, okay.
So I bought it new. I called her, said, "Hey, this is what I'm looking for," and she said, "Well, it's at least 4 months before you can get one because of the COVID thing. They're all
Oh.
back ordered and all that." And she called me like that happened on like the very beginning of the month, and like the second week of the month, she goes, "I just got a black one in. Do you want it?" And I said, "Absolutely, put it to the side." She goes, "Well, when can you come pick it up?" I said, "I'll send you a $500 deposit right now, and I can come tomorrow." And I rode my bike up. The deal was great. They treated me very well there. So they did a real good job. I was real happy with
does it cost you how much?
it. $28,000.
That's why they treated you well. They just got $28,000 for me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Hey, and speaking of which, what year's your Challenger?
21.
21?
Yeah.
It really is a good, gorgeous bike. You put bars on there, or did it come with them?
No, I put bars on it.
Put the
So
bars.
when I
Are
got
those
it,
meat hooks?
they are. So there,
Okay.
it was KST Customs, and they sell that setup, and it's really nice. They call them the Comanche bars.
Okay.
So it's a nice little setup.
And what did your bike run? So what's a 21 Challenger?
So I didn't buy it brand new, and I got a decent deal on it. Had it for a little while, and I got it for $25.
Okay, that sounds
So
like
So
it's
I
a
was
still
good
a
$3
price.
grand more. That's not too bad.
No, still not. I mean, and
Yeah.
realistically, a brand new one at that time would have been
They're about the same
about
price,
28,
yeah.
29.
I
right in that
basically
area.
got mine for the same price as the Challengers, and they were about $1,500 less than the Road Glides at the time.
Okay.
And the reason I ended up going with it is a buddy of mine had a Chieftain and was having problems. It would just shut off. We'd be riding the bike, and it would just shut off on the highway.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah, it was really fun, especially when the last time it happened, I heard the locking up of air brakes and looked in my side mirror, and all I saw was the grill of a Mack truck behind me. I was like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
Lord.
So that was one of
Bad
those
experiences.
situations where I came back here and I had to change my shorts.
That day.
Yeah, but it was bad. So the biggest thing is they couldn't figure it out. He ended up taking them to Lemon Law Court, and then they kept working on it, finally figured it out. It was a bad ECU. So it could have happened to every bike. You know, any bike can get a bad
Yeah, of
ECU,
course.
but at the time it was just the fighting and the back and forth that I was like, I don't want to deal with that.
Detergent.
You know?
Yeah,
But then
makes
again,
sense.
you came with me to when I was doing mine.
Yes.
When I had to do my warranty.
And they
stuff.
treated you very well. Those
And
guys
they,
did
they
treat
actually
so.
went out of their way to
So
try
they,
to make
so
sure
maybe they've turned it around. Maybe it was just his bike that was an issue. Who knows? I mean, those things can
Well,
happen.
you know, we work in the car business, Eric and I, and it's the same thing in the car business, right? You can buy a brand new Ford or a brand new Chevy or a brand new Cadillac or a brand new Honda.
And
It don't
you just
matter, and
luck
have
of the draw.
problems, right?
Luck of the draw.
Yeah,
Yep.
and you can buy one and never have an issue. 100,000 miles, and all you've ever done is change oil,
Yep.
right?
Well, and I even had a Yukon Denali one time that had the power lift gate,
Ooh.
and I'm driving down the road, and we're doing 70 miles an hour, and all of a sudden the lift gate opens. We're like, what just happened? So we called the dealership, and they're like, no, I can't do that. I'm like, well, I'm telling you, it just did. And so we actually ended up catching it on video, and we brought it in. They're like, wow, that's
Impressive.
really not supposed to do it. So they ended up chasing it down, and they finally chased it down, and it was one of the wires was run on the outside of the grommet going back to the rear handle. So it was one of the safety wires to keep it from doing it, and when it grounded out,
Oh, it just made
it
it.
would cause the gate to open. So it took them a while, but they fixed it. I mean, they were always treated us really well.
So, have you
at
ever
that
seen?
dealership in Roswell that I was at?
This is a random thing on social media that it was like a Subaru and the lift gate was going up, and the second it hit the top, it would just slam back down.
Oh my Lord!
You just
So, I mean,
imagine.
all it takes is, you know,
An old lady putting groceries in it,
Yep.
right?
Could you imagine?
Oh, whack.
And
Well,
those
and those
gates
problems-
those gates aren't light.
and those electrical problems are so hard to chase down because how many miles of wiring is in these cars nowadays?
Oh,
I mean, it's
and
unbelievable.
modules and computers,
Yep.
and they're all ran on CAN bus systems.
Yep.
You know, it's technicians nowadays like Eric. They're not the mechanics of the past, right? I mean, these guys are smart, schooled. They,
I was gonna say. So, do you have a degree, Eric?
I don't actually.
Well, I'll
Did
tell
you
you,
go to like tech school?
I did not. So,
So
I went.
he's a Ford Master Tech. So to me, it's harder to become a Ford Master Tech than it is to get some college degrees, right? Basics. Obviously not like a doctorate or something like that, but you can't even become a Master Tech until you've completed 5 years with Ford. So, and they literally take hundreds of classes and schooling to get there. So, and Eric's, what are you, one class away from a senior master?
I think two right
Two?
now. Yeah, two.
Yeah, and I'm going to keep them there because I don't want them to get there. And I'm the one that sends them to the schooling.
Yeah, there you go.
I've been there for like 2 years now. 2 classes.
Means I
for
gotta
2
pay
years.
them more money.
2 years.
Yeah.
So, wait, so
Thanks, buddy.
Did you
yeah.
have to go?
Yeah, thanks.
So, Eric, did you have to go through a lot of training to learn how to do that stuff? Because, like you said, it's a lot of electrical and a lot of computer stuff now.
Yeah, they have. So Ford does it really nice. They have a bunch of different just classes for like powertrain, like engine stuff, transmission stuff, electrical, like a bunch of that kind of stuff. So
Transmission.
transmissions, drivetrain, all that kind of stuff. So I had to go through all that, and they have like multiple different courses. So they have like your first course is kind of beginners where you learn like the in and outs of kind of things, right? And then it gets it more advanced after that. Yeah. So I've been working for Ford for 6 years now, so it's taken me that long.
So I've got to imagine that like the transmission control modules are so like wired in now because the transmissions today do some amazing things. They really do.
Well, now they got the 10 speeds and all that stuff. Like that's just insane. When
Yeah,
you think about, like,
that's got a
gearing
10
for
speed
it.
in it. My GMC does.
Yeah, and it's actually, most people don't know this, but the 10-speed in the GMC and the 10-speed in the Ford are designed
It was a joint
designed
venture.
by the same person.
It was a joint
company.
venture.
Okay. Is it ZF?
No, it's I can't even think of the name of it now.
Oh,
It's
I
driving
don't
me
know.
nuts.
we came across somebody who didn't know it.
Hey, you said it right.
He's
I'm
getting
gonna
better.
get
You're
better.
learning.
Now I'm
The
gonna have.
idiot learns.
Hey, my degree is totally worth it. I can learn.
Oh no! But I did know that. I did know it was a joint venture that they
Yes.
did because it just took so much engineering to try to get that. Because if you really think about it, when they even went to the 6-speed,
That was a
that
huge
was
leap
a
from the
big
old
leap
4
from
speeds.
the old 4 speeds. And then you got to consider like all the gearing ratios and the amount of gears. If you've ever taken apart a transmission, and I know you guys obviously have, but like for us idiots over here, like have you ever actually taken apart a transmission?
I have never. Well, I have for the older 4 speeds. I've never done a new one, and the new ones, like I've seen them on YouTube where like I don't know how you know how,
How
to put
that
that
thing
together.
even works is beyond me.
Yeah,
Right?
That's
All
like
you see
voodoo.
after I get done with them.
It's
All you
voodoo
see
magic.
is all you see is teeth.
Yeah,
Again, all you see is teeth, and it's just like all
that's
these
clean.
gears.
That
and you're
truck's
just,
clean for the year of it.
oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. So, does this not make you feel old? Because to us, that's a fairly newer truck.
I mean, it seems newer, but it's not a newer.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's a classic at this point almost.
Right. What do you guess that is? An 09?
No, that's definitely not even that.
No, because it's
So
got the
that's an 02 to 05 maybe
because like
it's a
05,
2500.
06 they did the angled lights.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
for the
you're right.
2500,
But it's
for the
clean.
2500,
It's
they
clean.
didn't come till 2006. So
Yeah,
2005, the 2500 was still the
Okay.
rounded. So that could be 01 to oh actually well no, because it has the higher hood.
Yeah.
So that has to be 02 to 05. That was the years of that like higher hood in the front. You know.
And to us, that still looks like a new Chevy truck.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, but it's really well done. They had to have done something to it because on
But
top
I'm
of it,
sure
I saw.
to my kids, they're like, "Does that thing still run?"
Oh,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And that's what we were talking about. And then we were talking about so Chevelles.
Mm.
Everybody loves Chevelles, right?
course.
You guys? No.
If you're a car guy,
Nope.
everyone loves the 70s Chevelle.
Car guy. Not a big fan of the Chevelles. I can appreciate
You're
a
right,
nice
Indians. So, I mean, that's,
Well, oh yeah, so we already know he's
so
bass
yeah,
backwards,
we
right?
already.
bass backwards.
Have you not seen?
They're gorgeous. They can be gorgeous. Like I've seen some that are really well done and everything like that. But the thing is,
John Wick?
oh no, yeah.
Come on.
We're talking, yeah.
But he's more of a Nova guy.
Like I
Okay,
do.
yeah,
I
yeah.
like the Novas.
Sure,
I
I get
prefer a Nova to it. But I think for me, I think the biggest thing too, and that's probably why I gravitated towards Indian too, was that's so mainstream. Everybody loves
I
a
get it.
Chevelle.
Yeah.
He wants to be different.
A little different.
A
You know
little
what?
different. You're
Eric,
definitely different.
Eric,
That's
am
a
I
good
the
thing,
same
though.
way?
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I'm exactly
Yeah,
the same way.
Yep.
Exactly the same way. That's
Yep.
why I had a victory.
Yep.
Because everybody had Harleys,
Yep.
right?
But that's the thing though. Like you venture off a little bit too, and you find some gems. Like you find some awesome stuff by venturing off from, everyone has an iPhone. Well, I can't complain because I have an iPhone right now, and that's only for a reason because my son got an iPhone, so I can be able to like
Whatever
tap in
the
with
reason is, they're smart and made us all find a reason.
Yeah,
stuff. That's true.
exactly.
That's the end
They
of the
sold
day.
the reason to us.
That's right.
What do you think, Eric?
About
All that, the whole like just thinking something different, just like being with that mainstream stuff like the Chevelle or like even an iPhone or
No, Eric's mainstream. He owns Glocks, drives a Harley,
Jesus Christ, you got Glocks.
I do.
and
I mean, I have a
Big
Glock,
fan.
but that's because
Big fan of Glocks.
Really,
Big fan.
dude. I've
My
never,
first gun was a Glock 19. I still have it actually. Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Glocks are awesome though. They really are. Just I've never been a fan just because of the handle angle. It's canted a little
I
more.
feel like
and
that's
it's
the
just,
best part. I really
can't-
do. I don't know why.
Well, for him, it's because his wrists are so small, he can't
Right.
hold it up.
Well, it's hard to hold a pistol with a purse. So.
Wow.
No, but
Oh,
like,
sorry.
okay, so like I've had a few 1911s, and just had to do it. But no,
I was a little late on that one, but I was laughing
It
too
still
much to
works.
it before. Yeah.
It still works.
but
Pistol with a
no,
purse.
like the 1911s, it's like the perfect angle. Like that's an old gun, old design, and it's still
But they
perfect.
knew what they were doing.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing, and it's perfect. And then you go to a Glock, and it's like an extra little bit here, and it's just it's
So you
just
know what?
weird.
You're not the first person that has said that though. I've heard that from a bunch of people. That exactly right. Like when it's the way they have their hand on the pistol, and it just shoots weird for them. They just don't like it. It doesn't feel right in the hand.
And don't get me wrong, like I've had to use Glocks and all that stuff, and I have one, but it's not my favorite. Like I shoot well with it still, but it's not my favorite just because of that thing. Like it's more comfortable like a 1911 or I got a few other guns.
Some
but
of the SIGs are really nice. Some of the SIGs have a
I love
really
SIGs.
nice.
You know
grip.
what I find about guns in we can all talk about all the big manufacturers, right? MPs, and you can just go on and on for days. But we all have grabbed that gun and shot it or held it, aimed it, and said, "Man, that feels good."
Yeah.
Right?
We've all had that one.
Yeah, and for some people it's different. You know, hand size. You know how you lift and
I
direct.
knew you were
And
about to do that.
you know, some people have thinner wrists, from what I hear.
And they carry purses
From
and
what I-
ride
Right, carry
Indians.
purses.
I
So you
just want to
know,
know when I carried a purse.
It's a
You have a
European
merce,
satchel.
dude. It's a European.
It's a European
satchel.
It's a
satchel.
European
Stop
protective
it.
satchel.
I just
See-
think when you
wait,
grab that right gun, you know, okay,
Yeah.
this is the one for me.
Wait, but
And
I
then
have
it's
a question.
practice,
Sure.
practice.
But I have a question. Wait. Did Caesar live here?
Who?
You obviously didn't get it. Did you get it? Did Caesar live here? We're talking about purses and satchels. It's not a purse, it's a satchel. No? Hangover?
Hey, he's talking about Hangover
Oh, okay.
when that comedian who I can't remember his name,
Zach
the leader of the
Galifianakis.
Wolf Pack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, you guys went off on the purse thing. Sorry.
You know, you
SOS,
really
SOS.
ruined that that
whole
moment the three of us had making fun of you, and
Yeah.
you just made it odd there for a
It was really
second.
awkward.
It was just
It was
really
awkward.
because that silence of us, like, we don't have the camera on you
Oh,
guys
sorry.
right now.
I forgot to hit the
Yeah.
for you.
We don't have, we don't have the camera pointing at these guys, but all three
Yeah.
of us went like this.
And there's good reason.
Yeah,
We all,
thankfully.
We all
I mean-
look like that deer that you're yelling at as it's
just
looking
go,
at
go,
you.
go, move, move, move.
Yeah, that was us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's
sorry. No, so
was
okay,
good.
so
That
back
was
on
funny.
that gun thing, you were saying, yeah, it is though. It is obviously, it really is like you have that gun, and it's different for everybody.
It is.
You have
Yep.
that one that you end up going and shoot, and you're just like, this is the gun. It might be a cheap gun, it might be a Ruger, it might
Yep.
be a
Well, and
$5,000 pistol.
I've got multiple Glocks, and I have, of the model Glocks that I have, there's some that I like and some that I don't. Like, I carry most of the time a Glock 43. It's small, it's easy to conceal. I carry that for just being around out and about, where I
Daily
have
carry.
something.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I've got a Glock 47 that I shoot, and I love it.
oh yeah, they are
I
nice.
love it. It's got a
They are
really
nice.
big handle on it. I have a big hand, so like even on the Glock 19, if I don't do the end caps on
Yeah.
the magazines,
Yeah. Or
my
extended.
finger feels like it just doesn't feel just right. And then the 43 is like that. I mean, the 43, I hold it like this because my hand's too damn big to fit on the grip.
Right. Yeah, it's
But-
all about comfort and feel, and at the end of
That's
the
true.
day, it's practice and getting to know it
Yep.
and making it second nature to yourself. Right. At the end of the day,
And
but
then-
it all starts with, in my opinion,
That feel.
that first feel is like, okay, I like this. Right.
Okay, so what about ammo size?
Shot placement. A pistol caliber will always be a pistol caliber, and a rifle caliber is always a rifle
Well, I
caliber.
feel like a lot of people think that the bigger the caliber, that's what they need, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays with ammo and stuff like that,
Man, they've come a long
Nine-
way.
come a
from
long way,
ballistic.
ballistic
I'll
wise.
give that because 9
So-
mil has come a long,
long
way.
way.
It has come a long
Because
way.
for forever, 9 mil, the only thing you could get was your full metal jackets.
Sure.
So they didn't have the expansion. They didn't have the good shot wound channels and stuff that went through.
There you go.
Where and that's where a lot of police agencies started moving to 40 cal because it was almost as fast as a 9 mil and hit almost as hard as a 45. So it was a good middle caliber.
I still like the 40. Me personally, I still like
I
it.
don't
It's a
dislike
snappy
the
round.
40.
It's a snappy round.
But at the end of the day, for the size of
a 9 though.
Yeah.
for the size of the expansion and the wound channel, right, the ballistics, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense nowadays where
Yeah.
it did 10 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Okay, so I got this because, like I said, I like my 1911s, and this is hard to find, and I pick them up every time I can find them. But there's a one, so like the lower gram you can find on it is going to be about a 180.
Okay.
Every once in a while, you can find about a 160.
All the 160
That's
grain
a
bullets.
that's a plus
Plus
P. But they're hard to find. Every time I find it, I pick them up because it's hard to find. And then if you look at like the statistics for it, the feet per second and all that stuff, and then you're
Pretty good, yeah.
you're
It
make
went
that
from
figure
14 feet per second to 18 feet per second.
Yeah.
Because that's the 45, right?
that's a
It's like
big
a
jump.
slingshot.
Yeah. Hopefully the guy didn't see you pull the trigger because he's going to be able to dodge the bullet by the time it gets there.
No, but they've made good
No,
ammo
they-
for it
yeah.
though. Like that 160 plus P is awesome. Like
Well,
you're
and-
talking about you're in that like
1200,
Yeah.
14.
1400, I think.
Okay.
You're pushing into the 1400s.
Yeah, that's good.
And I've got a Kimber 1911 and it shoots very well. I've had a Springfield Armory Combat loaded, loved it. But
You have a Kimber as well, don't you? 1911?
Yeah, I have a Kimber now. I used to have a 6-hour. That was pretty nice
Yep.
too. Yeah,
I have both.
1911.
And actually, I still haven't shot my Kimber though.
No?
Still haven't shot it. It's
I
still
haven't shot
brand
mine
new.
either. Yeah.
I have a Smith & Wesson 357 Magnum nickel-plated 6-inch.
There you go.
Now, I'm telling you, that's the pistol.
That's a gun.
That's a gun.
That's a real
Yep.
gun right there.
When you pick it up, when you point it, it's all business.
Yep, I've got
But
a
obviously-
Taurus 357 with the
Yeah.
ported barrel, and it is a tack driver.
It
Those
is.
things, they really shoot well, and then you have the ability to use 357 or 38.
Yep.
So you've got
Sure.
a little bit of
Now, I'm going to tell you
I
what,
just-
what
my
my
brain shut off
carry
crickets
is,
there on that one.
and you
Yeah,
guys
right.
will laugh at me. I really like the way it shoots and feels in my hand.
High point.
Is
You like the way it feels?
the
Wait,
High
wait.
Point Special
said he likes the way
Edition
it feels in his hand.
Yeah.
The heat
I
cannon.
hate you,
The heat
Eric.
cannon.
is Taurus GX4.
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen
I
that.
don't think I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen that one.
So fantastic gun, and the
A lot of noise with the bikes
one
right
of
by.
the lead engineers from 6 Hour had moved to Taurus 3 years ago. So the trigger is almost exactly like a 6 Hour.
So is it an auto or a revolver?
It's an auto.
It's an auto?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's 13+1, very small, very compact,
I'll have to take a look at one of those.
and
I can always use another pistol.
great
Dude,
shooting
they're
They're
gun.
awesome. Awesome.
And the reset is like almost so close, almost non-existent. So it's a very fast shooting
I think
gun, which
when
I
they,
like.
when they
about it.
first came out, they were about 300, right?
They
350?
they threw them out like big
But
specials.
everybody found out that they were great guns at a good price point, so now they're like 450, 500 bucks
Yeah,
now.
Yeah.
But what a great shooting little gun, and it's small. It's for carry.
Concealable.
Awesome
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah, we did
Good
a fundraiser and used a
We had
was
the
it?
Canic.
no, we didn't
No,
do
no,
the
we
Canic.
didn't have the Canic. We did the Walther.
Walther. The
We did the
Walther
Walther.
match gun.
You can't go wrong with a Walther.
It was
you
a
know.
full match gun.
Cool.
It was like a $1,100 gun.
Yeah, something
and
about that.
We got a really good deal on it. Did a good fundraiser on it. Used
it
that
went-
money
it
to
went
turn
to-
around and
yeah,
gave it
I
to
was
some
gonna say it went to good
families.
causes.
That's awesome.
You're talking about doing the thing that's maybe or owning something that's slightly off the ordinary, right? And I told you Eric is only ordinary.
Yeah.
What's your carry, Eric?
It's a Hellcat.
Oh, there you go.
Right, of course.
Hey,
Well,
Of
so I
course.
have a good reason though. So I also have a 43, and I carried that forever, right? It's got a RMR cut and all that stuff, ported barrel, all that stuff, and it's a real nice gun. But my problem was, I believe it was like 6+1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the Hellcat is
73 rounds.
15 plus 1, and
Yeah.
it's
It's his
actually a little
third
bit
leg.
smaller, but it's a double stack pistol, so it's it carries a punch.
Well, that was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole thing with the FN 57s too.
Yeah, right.
And that 57's a good bullet. They're just
Oh, yeah.
they're very proud of their
Their ammo.
57.
Now, a couple more manufacturers have
Yep.
come out, so that's helped,
Yeah,
right?
that's helped out a lot.
But that is a neat round, and there's a lot of discussion that can come around that round. That's really a neat round.
Shame on you for throwing me under the bus. Shame on you.
I think the
I have
I'm
something
going to
in
go
that
with
lineup,
all
though.
6 wheels got you, the front and then the double rears. on
Oh
both
yeah,
sides.
he backed it up.
Yeah,
he backed it up
backed it
for
up.
sure. He backed it up.
He's wearing Oakley sunglasses, Nike shoes, carries a Hellcat,
drives a
owns
Harley.
a Glock, rides a
Loves
Harley,
Starbucks.
has
Loves
an
Starbucks.
iPhone.
So I do have something in that kind of like that realm there because it is Springfield, but I still haven't shot it either, and it's a Hellion. You ever seen the Hellion?
Yeah, I've heard of it. In fact,
So,
that's
It's the bullpup.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got one of those brand new. Still haven't shot it yet.
The Mac Tool guy has one.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in person.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the
No,
guy,
it's
the guy you get a tool from, and 60 years later, it'll finally be paid off.
Yeah.
It's paid off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everything
And then they
says
got a
guy.
new tool that you have to have as
everything
well.
on that truck says OAC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great, perfect.
So okay, going down that road, what kind of tools do you guys use?
So I use usually
A number 2 pencil.
a G2 gel pen.
Yeah.
Right.
The G2 gel pen?
That's
They're
my.
very comfortable.
They are.
I use them
Right?
as well.
Yeah, they work real well.
And then in my tool expense is about $9.
Yeah.
Eric, on the other hand, sitting right to me, and
Laptops.
not just making fun of them, but these tools ain't cheap, and they have tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars into their tools.
Well, that doesn't even count all your diagnostic equipment, which is.
Well, a lot of that goes on to the dealer.
Oh, okay,
However,
okay.
a lot of that also goes on to the tech, right? Because he's going to have his own, what do they call DVOMs?
That bike's pretty.
That's a pretty bike.
That is.
Yeah, but he has a lot. Techs have a lot of their own
stuff
special
as well.
tools that they have to have.
The most
so,
important tool's right here, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Right in the head.
He's pointing to his
brain. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah. He put his finger across.
Across,
Across, there you go.
it was the forehead.
Across
It was the forehead. Yeah. Really though, I mean, you're only as good as how you are mentally. So
Oh,
that goes a long way.
You can do a lot with cheap tools.
Right.
You can.
Okay, but what tools do you have then?
Oh man.
What's the main?
I have
what's
a
the
mixture
main?
of a lot of stuff. My 2 main ones probably Mako and Snap-on. Probably more Snap-on now, because I just prefer him. He's just a cooler guy, I guess. I don't know. But
He's a cooler guy.
Yeah, seriously, but yeah.
Salesman.
yeah.
Well, the sales, service, and the
does make
relationship
And
you
that's
build
exactly
is
what it
everything.
is right
It's
there.
all, that relationship
That's exactly
is
what it
a
is.
lot.
And Snap-on's usually more expensive
Oh yeah, no,
by
but
far.
they do have a great warranty though.
They do.
They'll replace.
But most tool manufacturers do now. Even when you're talking like
especially professional.
second tier, like Blue Point or what's the Cornwell or whatever, right? They're gonna
He's
have
showing his time off the field. He's
yeah,
showing his time
lifetime
off being,
warranties, right?
his time off the wrench. He's showing his
Yep.
time off the wrench right now.
So, but having a quality tool makes the difference of having a strip nut in the one place you can't strip a nut. Okay.
Hey, I've been told by the strippers that a quality tool is extremely important. I'm just saying.
Was that today?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's right.
My wife listens to this podcast.
Whoops.
That's good stuff.
But that's
right
okay.
there.
The Virgin has been taken care of today.
The Virgin.
You
Bob,
know,
Bob hooked him up with
one of
a
my
couple of
favorite
dances today.
one of my favorite
That was
sayings
funny.
to customers, and they're like, "Hey, how long is this job gonna take?" And I'm like, "Hey, every job, every 1 hour job is a strip bolt from being a 4-day excursion,
Oh yeah.
right?"
Especially when you're doing it yourself.
So I had a race prep Mustang GT. I had all sorts of work done to it, and I was like, I started looking in the forums, and I was going to change my plugs out, and I was like, right now those 4.6 heads, they're talking a lot about breaking off the
Plug.
the plugs. So I'm like, I think I'll let somebody else do it. So I took it to the dealership in Roswell, and they broke 4 of the 8 plugs out of it. I said 6. Oh my God, I do not have a V6 Mustang. It was a GT. So it was a 4.6, but
The
yeah, they broke.
5.4s were really bad with it, right? Especially the first generations.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were really bad with breaking plugs into
Well,
the
so at
heads.
first Ford couldn't keep the spark plugs in them.
Yeah.
They would
Yeah,
always
they
shoot
would
them
shoot
out,
out
and then
through
they
the-
put too much in them, and now they can't get them out.
Get them out. So yeah, they broke like half of them off, and they were super cool. They called. They're like, hey, so have you heard about the plug problem? I said, that's why I brought it to you. And they said, okay, we broke some off. It's going to be a few more days. I said, take your time. I'd rather have the job done right than done quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, and that's a lot of it. I think as a society, because of all of this instant pictures, which we were talking about
we
earlier,
were talking about that.
this instant gratification, oh, I want it now, I want it now, I want it now. People forget that these things take time, and they get uppity with people. And I would rather hey, you guys call me when it's done. I'm not going to call you to get an update. Just call me when it's done. I just want it fixed.
I have a triangle that I draw, and I write on the 3 sides, good, fast, and cheap. And I always let the customer know you can pick 2. So you can have it fast and cheap, but it ain't going to be good, right? You know, and on and on.
Yeah.
So, you go to the dealer, especially because you want professional quality work and have less chance of issues and things like that, plus the warranty behind it. So,
well, and I've had, I got my son a Jeep Grand Cherokee. Got a real good deal on it, and then I realized why I got a real good deal on it. But luckily, it's something that he and I have been able to do. We were able to work on it. We pulled stuff apart. I diagnosed about 90% of the problems, and the one I just couldn't figure out. I'm like, I do not know where this leak is coming from. I cannot find it. No, I don't know how it's happening. So they went in and it was an evap leak. And what it was is the vent in the back of the gas tank was cracked.
oh yeah,
So I'm like, there's no way I would have found that
no,
myself without using the dye and all
the smoke
machines and all that. So I was
stuff,
like,
sure.
I'm like, there's just no way that I could have found that. Like, I don't have the tools, and I'm not going to buy that tool to do that because I'm going to do it once.
Right.
So, I mean, it just
Makes no sense.
Yeah, it makes no sense for it. And I got hosed by a shop and then was like, they fixed, oh yeah, we fixed it, and it didn't get fixed. We fixed it. And then I found another shop. I'm like, I'm going to go to this other shop that my friend recommended. And I went to him, and he's like, oh, I can tell you what it is without doing anything. It's going to be the vent on these things. I've done like 30 of these things. And that's where I went from a shop that was a fairly new shop with new mechanics to a guy where I can literally say I walked into his shop and I said, that's a mechanic shop.
Right.
He had the books lined up, and I mean, I know you guys will know, it smelled like a mechanic shop.
So my dad owned a radiator shop in Tucson for 40 years, and I don't know if any of you guys have ever walked into a radiator shop, but they're really a thing of the past because radiators nowadays are throwaway,
Yeah,
right?
just replace it.
They had
Yeah.
the plastic. They had the plastic
But
ends. You
back
can't
in the
fix
day,
them.
they would rod, clean, record, do all that stuff. And so, yes, I'm very familiar with the smells
Yep.
of an old shop, and there is something to it. And, you know, that's another good thing about, you know, I'm not putting a plug into dealers because my dad was an aftermarket auto shop for many years, and there's great things about that. But when you bring your car into a dealership, you're going to a professional, and if that professional doesn't know or can't figure it out, there's 40 more in the shop that are professionals, and somebody has seen, whatever the case may be, right? So no one guy knows everything.
Well,
right?
and that's
It
the thing
just
is, I
doesn't happen.
went with the cheap
Yeah.
because they said, oh yeah, we can do it cheap. Yeah, 4 parts or 5 parts later, it wasn't so cheap anymore. And the guy literally knew. I drove in and he was like, yeah, it's going to be this. And great guy I worked with. So I take my son's car to him, and my wife's car and my truck. Actually, I drive from Tucson to Lully.
Yeah. You know,
We
if you
take
can
our
find
cars to you guys.
You know, I always tell people, and I've been in the car business my whole life, and so is Eric. And everybody needs a car guy.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yep.
Because nobody
yeah,
gets
absolutely.
around in life without a car, and you got to have a car guy.
Yep.
And speaking
And
of
there's a
car
car guy
guys,
right there.
I was
Big
about to
Bob.
say. I think
We were
think
just
it's-
talking about how we need a car guy and how I take my cars to Lully.
I think Bob's been around enough. He wants to be on the podcast right now.
Well, I mean, we're hitting almost an hour now, aren't we?
Yeah, I know.
So I say we'll call this one for the night, and we'll. I think we'll hit
Although-
Bob up on another day.
We might have to have him on another day, but he keeps coming around, so I think he wants to come on.
She's lucky there was a backrest on that bike on that one.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw that. No, but I know you guys did end up touching on it while I was gone, but like you were saying about the whole throwaway thing, where it's the whole like we're on that instant gratification thing. What do you guys think about that? Because realistically, okay, how many of you guys do either one of you guys have like pictures, actual pictures? Physical pictures, not your phone, not like on a computer, not on an iPad,
like
not whatever.
3x5 or 9x11 or
printed
whatever,
pictures or
Like actual
Polaroid.
pictures.
right? Oh, there's a Polaroid story we won't get into. But anyway, so yeah, I know what you're saying. His bike's there? Okay, so he's there.
Where's Jim?
He's in the trailer.
He's in the
Go-
trailer.
Go say hi to him. No, he's up. He just came out a minute ago, looked at us, and said we were stupid.
He's not all wrong.
No, he's
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
There's
yeah,
a reason
there's
it's
a
called
reason.
Bikes, Mikes,
go.
and Idiots.
Let's go.
So
So, well, you know, back to the throwaway thing. You know,
Can't
he's
take
just
him
over here
anywhere.
having- right?
yeah.
I think he got
we,
stuck in full lock.
we all have that one friend, and Bob is two of them.
That's a good way to put it.
that is a good one.
Oh, that's great.
But
okay, you were
yeah,
saying-
so the throwaway thing, you know, it affected my life because it really, my dad's business was building and fixing things, much like a guy that resells shoes or fixes TVs or builds alternators. You know, all that stuff.
Things
just,
of the past.
Yeah, things of the past. And so, you know, my dad had to shift gears and figure out a new way. He's over there honking at his trailer. Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
Yeah, Bob is not shy.
No,
So
you don't say.
Look at him laughing.
Never
Angry
would've
Jim's
guessed.
laughing. That's what we call him.
That's
That's,
Angry
that's Angry
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, that's Angry Jim.
But I will say that in a lot of cases, I am also, you know, take advantage of the throw away, get a new one society. Because we, you know, if your TV breaks, do you want to wait 2 weeks for the part when a new one's $400 nowadays for a bad,
exactly.
you know,
Absolutely.
a bad
Exactly.
beep TV? So it's gotten affordable and efficient enough to be okay.
Yeah.
Where when my dad was rebuilding radiators, a new radiator was $400,
Yep.
and that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
So
and your repair
That's-
might be
that's-
100, and it
That's
gets you,
right.
and you're done, and,
And
you've
you're
got
done.
it for another
so
however many miles you need it.
the prices have come down so far with fast manufacturing and all that stuff. That
But it's also throwaway parts. It's not.
but it is throwaway parts, which makes us kind of like users, right? You
Yeah,
know,
essentially.
you know, roaches or whatever. But
But okay, so that kind of leans into what I was saying with the whole picture thing. Like, I'm assuming neither one of you guys really have pictures, unless it's a frame picture. That I don't really think I'd count that because
well, I've been married for 30 years, so I got pictures on the wall. My
Yep.
wife still does pictures, right?
of course. Is that just two girls on the bike?
I hope so.
Right.
Sorry, SOS kicked in.
I hope so.
That blurred out kicked in too.
Right?
Love you, honey.
But yeah, you're right. Photo albums is a thing of the past, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
now your phone holds, 5,000 photos, and your
Well, and
computer
we were talking
20,000.
about how awesome was it when you take your photos and you got to go to get them developed, and it might not have been the perfect picture, but you're like, oh, that was funny when that
That was
happened. I remember
funny,
that. Whereas
yeah.
now it's like, oh, that's a bad picture. You just delete it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you lose some of those really cool offbeat memories that
It's moments. It's just moments.
just
you lose of
moments
your
in
life.
time that
So,
but they get clicked.
It wasn't too long ago, maybe, in fact, it was around Christmas when I was with my parents and my mom brought out some old photo albums from when I was a 3-year-old, 5-year-old, right?
Yeah.
And, man, it's just the coolest thing
Yep.
to go through a photo album and actually see those old school pictures, right? Of my parents when they were young and all that stuff, right?
Well, and then you see all the old cars and old stuff like
Yeah.
my grandparents were all into like the old snowmobiles. They had the old Snowcats and the Huskies and
Oh, I love
all
it.
these old things that you're like, I can't believe those were actually a thing.
Things that us Arizonans know nothing about.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, we
true that.
we wouldn't know anything about it.
Snowmobiles
But-
are fun though.
Oh, yeah.
They
man.
are amazing
I
fun.
have ridden a couple of them.
Yep.
Uh,
And
my-
heard.
they're surprisingly fast.
and they not only are they fast, they're quick, which is a big difference, right?
Oh, yeah.
Fast and quick.
Oh yeah.
They're quick.
So like his is fast. His Indian's fast to fall over on its left side,
Correct.
but it's also
how
quick
did
in a
it-
straight line.
It is.
How do we end up back on that? We're talking about pictures here.
Well,
There's
I have
no
a pretty,
pictures-
I have
there's
a
no
pretty good
pictures of
mental
that.
picture in my mind of you
There's no
laying on the
pictures
side
of
of the bike going, I think I broke my leg,
I'm gonna
and then
guess.
standing up on it and having it squished to the side.
Yeah, that's true. I do have pictures of that. But I'm guessing Eric You don't have any actual physical pictures. It's
Oh.
all. Are you the? Oh no,
He's young.
this picture isn't good enough. I gotta take a
I
new
mean,
one.
I have a few, but if you're not counting like picture frames, then no, I don't think I have any. My mom's got a ton. She used to do like the whole scrapbooking thing, right?
Yep.
That was the whole thing back then. But I
That's-
know me, just picture frames, stuff like that.
Are you of that era of that's not a good enough picture? I need to take a new one.
Yes.
Like I have to have the best picture.
Well, I'm not really a picture guy, so
Yep.
like I really don't care. But my chick is kind of that way, right? It's
Yeah.
more of like, oh, we gotta take a new picture. It's not good enough.
Yeah. Well,
So
we
on
were
and so
laughing
on.
too because when I went to Italy, I literally took like 30 pictures. That was it.
I'm not a picture guy either.
You live in the moment for me. Like,
Yeah.
let's just enjoy it, right? You know.
Well, and I say that too.
Sometimes
Like,
it's a
I
hassle.
will always remember that trip. I'll always remember our rides. Like, when we
Yeah.
come, like, it's going to be like, oh, we need to do that again. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I'll remember it.
For sure.
I'm not a picture guy either. You know, we went on a cruise. I probably took eight
Yep.
pictures, right? My
Yeah.
wife took 33,000.
Yeah.
But
You
I
had
have
to up your
noticed,
iPhone storage.
right? I have
Your
noticed
iCloud.
I'm becoming a meme hoarder. I don't know
A
where
meme
this
hoarder.
started, but I've been hoarding memes that I find funny.
I would not look through his phone.
and then you
If
guys
have
burn
I
it.
die, someone needs to burn my
Burn that
phone.
phone.
Yeah. Well, we'll just do what my wife did when we went to Bisbee last time. We'll just let it launch off the bike.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. But you'll have that one moment that you're gonna find, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I have a meme for that."
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's the thing.
I don't get it. I don't know where that started because, you know, I'm not a technical kind of guy, right?
I think I'm going to need to make one of an upside down turtle with an Indian logo on his belly.
Three-legged turtle.
Yes, three-legged turtle.
I'm sure that'll be thrown around the club
Oh,
quite a bit.
We'll find one. Don't worry.
That'll get thrown around the club quite a bit. No, but I think honestly that whole generation, like, and it's not even a generation because it's influenced us as well. Like we're not, because we grew up with those pictures. We grew up with having physical pictures, having physical things.
35 millimeter cameras, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure somewhere if I look through storage and stuff, I still have like a Nikon 35 millimeter camera.
My friends thought I was so rich when my dad had a phone in his car. Right?
Speaking about
Oh,
old
yeah.
things, funny story. My parents, the first thing they ever financed on credit was a VCR player.
Oh, gosh,
yeah.
It was $800. $800.
You know, the sad thing is I still have VHS tapes and I don't have a
Do you?
VCR.
I do
That's
too.
hilarious.
I do too. I got a container of
I
them.
need to digitize them and just get them put on a CD, which then now you can't even get CD. You know,
You can't.
DVDs are going away. Like
Right.
it's
Oh,
all
they
streaming
really are.
now, and we've seen so many advances from when we started as kids to where we're at now. Like the
This wasn't a
amazing
thing.
technology and everything that's popped while we've been alive is unbelievable. It's got to be what our grandparents went through, like World War II and beyond, where everything started changing and all these advancements happened.
I agree. I will say, however, and this is a personal opinion with not a lot of factual base behind it, but I will say that
At least he's honest.
That's true.
I feel as if technology, as it advances, it speeds up.
yes.
And so,
No.
so as technology advances, we start making bigger and bigger and bigger jumps in a shorter amount of time,
Mhm.
right? And I think that's what a lot of kids nowadays struggle with is the amount of information
Yeah.
that is thrown at them that they're just we just weren't built. Maybe in the future as we
Yeah.
evolve a little more or whatever, but we're just not built
Attention span.
to grab that.
They
Yeah.
don't have the attention span. they
Well-
got the TikTok brain. They got the TikTok
Yeah.
brain. That's
Yeah.
that's a legit thing. Like they can't focus.
I-
I mean,
well,
I
Neither
can't
can
fo-
you.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
it
I
might
can't focus,
be
but that's a
there
totally
might
different
be a
topic.
reason behind that, right?
Yeah.
And it might be because a 5-year-old has more information at their
Yep.
hand than our grandfathers had.
Well,
so
it's-
We
it's
have
it's unbelievable.
the world at our fingertips.
remember
Right.
Encyclopedia Britannica?
Oh yeah,
yeah, I remember
Encyclopedia salesman,
Oh,
right?
I remember going through
Wait.
and being like, I wonder about this snake, and you look up snakes and all, like,
and you try to find it. How old are you, Eric?
27.
11. Oh,
so
at
he's
27, I
I'll
was
be 28
close.
this year.
okay,
Okay, so he's kind of like that next level down. He's in that.
Oh, next level
the-
down. So you're
the
putting it.
generation.
So I'm
sorry,
lower than
you.
generation.
Okay.
Sorry,
Okay.
Nice.
generation down.
I think he's racist.
I think so too. I think so too.
I'm the one that's getting so much crap because of my Indian.
I,
No, but he's that next generation down. Sorry, misspoke.
Yeah.
But
I would
so
say
he
he's
kinda-
the
he
newest generation
of all of us, I believe.
of us, of this group for sure.
Yeah,
of
for sure.
definitely this group. But like he's kind of that in between because you did have a little bit of VHS. You had a little bit of all that stuff.
Yep.
Hey, and when you think of OG, like his dad, who works for me, he's my shop foreman, right?
Yeah.
Is
Sorry.
OG. Like that guy is old school OG. So even though Eric's young, he's still around that
Well,
old school.
He's got that good influence of
Yeah,
of that old
course.
school, and that's part of it. I think you have to mix a little bit of the old school with the new school, and that's the cool thing. Like that he's going to get to do that. I don't understand half of this crap.
I don't
Like,
understand.
Could you
most of it.
imagine though? Could you imagine like the things that they're gonna like your kids are gonna experience, or my kids are gonna
Yep.
experience? You know what I mean? Like and his kids, what they're gonna experience because they don't know like the old days of like
We're on the downward slope. They're
Yeah,
on the climb.
Blockbuster.
they're gonna make
Yeah.
fun of us like we make fun of the guys with the flip phones, right?
Yes. Oh my
It's
gosh!
same-
And
same
now they're
thing.
back to flip phones again.
Right,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
It's
to
kind
some
of
extent,
like bell bottoms.
As long as we don't go
Blockbuster.
back to the Motorola bag phones, we'll be good.
Or the Blackberries. Remember the
Yep.
Blackberries
Oh,
back in the
Blackberries.
day? Those
Oh,
things were so hot.
I had
The
a few
Crackberries.
Blackberries.
You
Oh,
look
I
like
had
a
one.
BlackBerry guy.
I had
I'm
a
just
few. I
saying.
definitely did. I had a
Indian,
few.
BlackBerry, it's all
I had it.
tying in.
It's all coming together. No, but I mean, I
White
had
Claw.
those. I'll shotgun. I'll
Mike's Hard
shotgun a White
Lemonade.
Claw. Hey, those are actually delicious.
They're all
though.
right. Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Pretty good.
Oh, I got introduced to, was it Goju? That-
Go juice.
Oh
The
my
beef
God.
juice.
So I drank one of those. We were playing golf, and I
Oh man.
just took the whole thing and just drank it, and was like, "Oh, it was fruit punch. What's the big deal?" And then I was like, "I'm feeling kind of drunk right now." And I looked down. I'm like, "It's like what 9% alcohol, or 11.1% alcohol by volume." I'm like, I drank it like it was a juice.
Shot an 86 on the front nine.
Yeah. I mean, he normally does that, but
Yeah, I'm not a good golfer.
I used to be. I wouldn't claim to be a golfer anymore, but at one time I was a 4 handicap.
Yeah, I have
that's
a
actually pretty good.
I have a golf game that interferes with my drinking habit.
Right. Yes. That's more my
But
style
we have a good
now.
time. Like that's the whole thing. We go out there and have a good time with it. Like I played in a tournament and I had 3 holes of utter terrible shots. So I fire this beautiful shot off the
How many drinks had you had though?
a lot. I fired this beautiful shot off the tee and hit the tee box in front of us and hit it so hard it knocked the tee box out of the ground. So then I'm like, oh, that was bad. So then I hit the next one and it hits the tee box and then comes back and ends up 3 yards behind me. I'm like, thank God this is scrambled because
That's great.
we're not using my shots. And then the third one I hit a metal sign that was off the edge. Like it was just 3. But then
Sounds like you should be a bowler.
yeah, well, but then I have this shot happen. I'm about 70, 80 yards out. And I'm like, I'm just joking with the guys. I'm like, I'm just going to knock this right into the pin and pulled a Happy Gilmore and hit
Chipped
it,
in.
And
chipped it, hit the green, bounced once, went right in the hole. And I was like,
Nice.
and so the guys I'm playing were like, where was that? Like 4 holes ago. I'm like,
Well, that's what makes you
I have
come
no
back
idea.
is the one shot.
Yep.
that's all it takes.
Unfortunately,
That's
all
it
your other
takes.
shots sound
Terrible.
like they're the
Terrible.
reason people put up nets around their house.
Oh, yes. Well,
I mean, I may or may not have hit a few houses. In my head.
he cranked one, and it was a good
Allegedly.
He cranked one. It was a
Allegedly,
good 300 yards, but it sliced. And he normally has a nice draw to the left, draw to the
Usually
left,
have a draw.
and he sliced the crap out of it, and it went 300 yards right off this dude's roof and like shattered roof tiles. We're like, oh, that might have taken out a solar panel too. We're gonna
That's
just keep
good stuff.
going.
We're just gonna go. We're just gonna pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, that one hit like 4 counties over.
Yeah, I'm also a big hitter, and when I hit it real bad, it's like we're not looking for that one.
Yeah, just leave
Oh,
that
yeah,
one.
yeah,
just leave it.
That's lost.
Yeah, I'm not sure
All right.
what street that one's on, but we ain't looking for it.
That's on the other
And we're,
golf course.
and we're nowhere near streets. So,
Yeah.
what's your longest drive?
Well, I probably not so much anymore. Like I said, I used to be a good golfer. Not that long ago, 10 years ago. So 10, 15 years ago. But I'm consistently a 315, 325 driver.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
I can crank them up a little bit, but then that's when you hit one once in a while that
Oh, yeah.
you're not going to look for.
So then back to the original question, what's been your longest drive to this point?
I've had over 400-yard drives, but you know that's because it
that's
hits
nice.
hard pack, right?
yeah.
And then
You get a good bounce
yeah, yeah.
roll.
You get a good bounce.
But driving par
There's some
fours
wind.
is pretty common for me. You know, because the par fours 345,
Oh, yeah.
and if you play a nice draw, get a good roll, you
Yep.
can roll up onto the green.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes there's short par fours that are
Yeah, I used to
They
be
were
able to hit
saying
in the 300s as well, and then I got my motorcycle wrecked, broke my shoulder and my collarbone, and which was really cool. Is my wife after that said, "Hey, let's go send you to a fitting," and I went and got a fitting. The guy's like, "Hey, I've got good news and bad news." I'm like, "Oh, great, here we go." Like, okay, well, give me the bad news first. He goes, "Your swing's terrible," and he goes, "I understand because I can tell that your shoulder's messed up. You can tell just by how you're swinging it that it's
Right.
not comfortable for you." And he goes, "The good news is you swing the same every time, so I can fix it with the club."
so here's your
Oh, there you
willow
go.
stick.
So here's so what we're gonna do is we're gonna let you grab the ball and throw it down the green, and that way it goes straight.
Right.
But yeah,
I don't think the swing has a lot to do with the golf because we could talk about a lot of horrible swings. I mean, Arnold Palmer swing was horrendous. Jim Furyk, I don't even call that a swing, right?
Ernie Els, though.
So, but then there's guys that have picture perfect swings.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, right?
Yep.
Jack Nicholson, whatever. But
Nelly Corda. Do
yeah,
you know who she
there
is?
you go.
Oh, my God.
Oh.
She's the female Ernie Els.
Yes.
It's just butter smooth.
So it's all about the contact and,
Yeah.
and then timing and tempo. So you know,
that's pretty cool.
I'm not sure what that was. What was that?
I
would
don't
go
know.
by?
I think
that
that's
is a
I think
butterfly. It's one of the girls
it a
who goes
Looks like
sells
the
beers and
underwear you were
stuff.
wearing last night.
Hold on.
Tonight,
now.
maybe. I don't know.
That's
We'll
tonight.
see.
I got them on right now.
Wait, why do you know this?
Yeah,
dude.
We're sharing a motorhome.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't call it sharing. You know what I'm talking about?
I would call it share.
So is it sharing a bed or a motor home?
Oh, that's the question.
It depends.
Depends on how many beers it is.
That's the
Exactly.
question.
No, he's a cuddly guy. I can see that. I'll get
He's
in
the
there.
little spoon, believe it or not.
Oh,
That's
Ooh.
never happened.
You're the sensitive type, I see.
I have a picture on my phone to prove it.
Not a chance.
I have a picture.
Don't
on my
show
phone
it,
to
bro.
prove it.
I don't need you to show it.
What happened?
oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Oh, let's bring it.
Bring them over.
Bring them on.
Eric, it sounds like you and I are kicked off since
all right.
talent is coming.
Hey,
Well,
the
I
boss
think
is kicking you guys off. It's not us.
Oh.
We have nothing to do with
Yeah.
that.
What's
Well,
going
there we go.
on? How you guys
How you
doing
doing?
tonight?
Hey, I think Eric and I are going to say
Sayonara.
sayonara.
Okay.
And then we got
We
We're
appreciate
going to
it.
head across.
It's actually
You're gonna head across
we
to
were
where
going to
it
head across to our motorhome.
Good deal. Well,
Hey,
we'll,
it was
work,
nice
we'll work our
chatting
way
with
over
you
there. It was
guys.
good chatting with
All
you
right, I
guys. We'll
appreciate
see
it,
you guys here in a
Thank you
little
very
bit.
much. It was a good
It
time.
was a good
All
time.
right.
Maybe we'll have you guys on again soon.
Yes.
All righty.
All right. Awesome. So
Yeah, there you go. Park right there.
We'll do a little outro and then
Yeah. Well, I think they're getting
Well,
on for the podcast. Oh, yeah. So, What's going on?